And welcome back, everyone, to Crypts Cantrips for another episode of tonight's debaucherous adventurers. Yes, very debaucherous, Bronix. Last we left y'all were just entering a area known as the Mushroom Road, an area littered with funguses of all types, funguses that y'all probably haven't even seen, but there is a litany of artful and decorative funguses, and some that may look even deadly. Y'all had previously conquered the Winter Wolf Queen, who happened to be a very pale-framed, silver-haired high elf, and she gave out a gift to Bronix, which was a way to harness the power of her alpha winter wolf, Kirdlag. She decided to leave the party and went on her way through unknown means into the ether. From there, y'all moved on, settled a spat between some hobgoblins and orcs, had an encounter with some orugs, and even an encounter previously with some specters of the fallen Duragar party that were investigating the Winterwolf area. From there, we leave you at the very beginning of the Mushroom Road. How would y'all like to proceed?
How
I'd be at the front with
Navarra, I
light on.
presume.
Yeah. How big is the road in question? Is it just like a large path or?
Yeah.
Right ahead of y'all, it seems kind of narrow, maybe a 10-foot gap around the corner, but you're unsure what falls before you, other than just the area is very dimly lit with different bioluminescent funguses, mostly Ormu. Every once in a while, you'll see different fungal patches around. Y'all mainly haven't explored too much since y'all just entered this area. Stool seems quite excited. Sareth seems to be taking a little bit of a lead and saying, "Yes, I recognize this area. This is one of the areas I had captured, or one of the ways I had captured Stool and some of his brethren." He's basically saying that I've traveled this area a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, then him and Bronix would be up front guiding us, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say I'll be up at the front for sure. I don't know about.
Yeah, you could be up front. Be my guest.
With my sickly greenish white light that I always have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Stream cannot see what y'all are seeing for some odd reason.
Which isn't much.
There we go. Yeah, my camera bunkie is making his bed. So what did y'all say? Sorry, I wasn't quite paying attention.
Walking in the front, probably next to Bronix, leading the way. With my sickish greenish white light cast.
Okay. It extends out about 40 feet, but had Navarre cast dark vision this beginning of this day. Okay. So your arcanic dark vision gives you a little bit more room for error with that, but you can still have a color within a 40-foot radius, which allows you to notice all the different various colorful fungi around you.
Okay. And we're allowed to move the token then, right? Yes.
Yeah, don't move too far because pretty much every square is about a half a mile.
That's what I was wondering. I
Yeah,
was
I
gonna
would
say,
say.
what's the scale size of this? Because I'm assuming it's gigantic.
I'd say more like it's like a third of a mile. Every square's about a third of a mile.
Damn.
I see mushrooms.
Yep, you would. Obviously, your vision is limited to a certain point, so I give the scale of vision on this a much larger scale just because of otherwise you wouldn't see anything.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you do see what is the beginning of an opening of a cavern.
Right. I don't know. Anyone? Are we? I guess we're not expecting any like one fighters, right? So we wouldn't be going stealth. Be going there to try to find Stool. Well, I guess people.
We'd just be going on at a leisurely pace with a stool.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get my notes out before you go too far.
Yeah. I don't want to move too much. We'll feel like, oh wait, you triggered 3 traps. Let's go back.
2.5 miles away, by the way. A mushroom.
The mushroom's 2.5 miles away, is what you said.
Yeah.
It's mainly is representation of how the area looks. I mean, overall, this basically area looks like this. Let's see. On first. So as y'all are pushing forward, I need. Where's my notes on what y'all just touched? Bear with me.
Touchy touch.
Spills.
Okay.
This is what
I'm
happens
back.
when you touch things without protection.
And Bronix is back.
Huzzah.
So what did you pour on your bed? I didn't ask you.
I was throwing away that trash and some of the salad dressing was in that little styrofoam thing. Well, apparently the styrofoam thing didn't close all the way. It was bent, so there was a little hole, and it went everywhere.
Oh,
Like shit.
Nasty.
gross.
So I cleaned it up, got the new sheets, put new sheets on. It's fine. Luckily, it's clear salad dressing.
Ooh, nasty brown mold.
What are you fucking talking about?
Apparently we touched brown mold.
Mm-hmm. The first 4 people would be the ones who touched it. So that'd be Sereth, Bronix, unfortunately, probably Alistair, and I'm guessing maybe Eldith.
Do I do a constitution check or?
I'm thinking it's a Constitution saving throw, but let me make double sure.
It would make sense.
It would make sense because it is a nasty hazard. I had written down all my hazards in the game, but they are not showing up, so I have to go to the DMG. Okay, so covers a 10-foot square, so that's why there's 4 of y'all. And Constitution saving throw. And if the rest of y'all will have to make him as y'all move through them.
There you go.
Because the mold covers the entire entrance.
So
That's a fail.
I guess I'll see what happens to them.
Yes, that is a fail. Those of you who fail take. Wow, it's taking a while to roll the dice. That's pretty strange. Did they make the dice roller not work properly? Okay. If you fail, you take 26 cold damage.
Alright then.
And half as much on a successful one. So 13 to those of you who succeed.
Good night.
So you have to make 2 NPC saves.
Yes. Some of my NPCs are probably going to be pretty rough out of this.
They all need healing.
Tell me about it.
How
Alright.
tall is the cavern? Is it possible I can avoid this by flying or?
I would say yes. Now that you've seen it, yeah, it's tall enough for you to avoid it. You fly 15 feet above it, you'll be fine.
Alright. I'll just keep a mental note about how high I am.
Technically, Elda should be proficient in con saves. Fighters are proficient in con, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she
Con
would
and-
barely
You have
succeed.
come to the right place.
Because
Oh.
she has a
I
plus.
could do whatever's
Spirits
happening.
Bless your path.
I'm really good at Constitution saves.
What in the hell is this?
Shock, browse.
Stool is unsure. He has poofed his spores. He is currently, I think he's unconscious, actually.
Oh no.
Stool is technically unconscious because he is not immune or resistant to cold damage, as far as I know, because he's a magnet and magnets
Mushroom.
are.
He should be immune to mushroom shit. Is that how
This
it
is
works?
mold, not mushrooms.
I don't think it just really works like that.
Let's see, I gotta get the twins and Jim Jar in this. Should probably make an empty handout for myself.
Well, this definitely filters off the wheat.
Would it be a good idea to fire?
Good fortune to all friends.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you a
Each
yes or
square
no.
Each square is a quarter of a mile. I doubt you could burn everything and make a path for like a mile.
I see you underestimate how good my fire is. Anyway. Is it a good idea? 17 intelligence.
You're not really sure. Your instincts are telling you that it may aggravate it somehow.
I feel like this might
you-
not be the best idea.
Didn't you study Underdark, fungi, and whatnot? Different plant life?
Actually, that's
I
a
did.
good point. His Various may have a little bit more insight on what brown mold is capable of.
Sure,
These little ones have taken our
I
scrolls and turned themselves
that
into
we've been fighting
beasts.
like demons
Behind
and
the
not
spelling
mold.
scrolls.
Alright, let me
But
roll
you need to
intelligence.
get close
Then.
enough to use them. Watch out!
That was kind of poor.
10.
Since you read the book, I'll give it to you.
I watch.
The book
I listen.
basically states that molds such as brown mold are immune to fire damage, and they actually spread towards sources of fire.
Ah, okay.
So don't use
Yeah,
fire.
be
That
like-
would be bad.
Yeah. I think I read it somewhere that
You
You
don't,
think it's-
but with that cast, you don't know what it's susceptible of. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't know its susceptibilities, but you would know that it's dangerous when combined with fire. Bronix, you succeeded your save. Varys, you don't need a save. Navarre, are you gonna stay back, or are you gonna try and find a way around, like Varius did? Let's see, yeah,
I'm
get the
good.
rest. So you're just gonna stay behind while everyone pushes forward?
Do you not see that Constitution save?
I didn't see. Oh, there, yeah. Okay, so you take 13 damage instead of 26.
Ow.
Yeah, it's dangerous stuff.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
half health me. We need to find a way around this.
Topsy narrowly succeeds.
I mean,
Get to shore
So what's
before
everyone
we are
around me look
overrun.
like?
Everyone looks like they're cold, and parts of their skin are starting to, like the brown mold is kind of like blackening the skin, almost like a frostbite sort of damage.
You
I
should probably back the fuck up.
can try something. If I have a bottle of acid, I like put a couple drops on top of a mushroom from above, do I see that it's effective in any way? Does acid get something? Yeah, I got one.
It seems you pouring it on.
Yeah, I'll pour it like a bit off.
It seems to slightly damage it. It kind of pushes it back, but you get the idea that this would take more acid than you're capable of producing. Navarre can maybe, with his acid stores, do half of the room.
Ooh, yeah, but used to take the
It's
damage.
not like a super effective. It's like, you know, very slightly effective.
Yeah.
But Alistair, as you're kind of tending to wounds, you hear what like sounds like very strange, not whispers, but like hisses and clicks and, you know, skittering of feet patterns. Maybe Bronix would be able to hear it with a perception check, but your passive of 21 is allowing you to hear these. It's ahead probably 200-ish feet. You hear these noises. You got that ear. You got the hearing, brother.
I'm going to dispel my light and say to the group that we need to hide.
Show no
There's something coming this
For
way.
you can expect none
You
from
can't really
my
tell
end.
if it's coming or going. You just hear it ahead.
Sarah, no. Turn back now.
That's true, we
or I
probably
will
wouldn't
be
scream or
forced to
anything.
strike you down.
5 succeeds. Where's 7?
And there's a reason I took things other than fire.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna back up and actually just start casting Prayer of Healing on the group.
Hey, Sarah's got a natural 20 on his con save.
I'm going to hopefully leave this to you guys. You are far more intelligent than I am. I will do my best to tend to everyone's frost. Station cold.
Does it look like going just continuously damages us, or is it just a one-time save? Sort of thing?
As the Horde
let's
robbed you of
see,
all
it
honor,
is-
Sarah, you will be brought to justice.
Start your turn there, or begin the first time you go in. So you basically there's like a two 10-foot cubes of this mold. So you would have pushed through it if you had already gone through it. So if you had stayed in it, yeah, it would be much worse.
Okay, so I guess we would be at the other end, right? If we powered through
Yes.
it. Yeah.
So from there, this is where the sounds are starting to pick up. Y'all have pushed forward towards them, though.
But yeah,
Someone's moving the token.
well, you said we'd go through the mushrooms, right? Otherwise.
Well, the mushrooms aren't necessarily the mold. It was more like at the choke point.
Oh, alright, never mind then. I thought the mushrooms were the mold, because they were just
No.
so cool thing.
Let's see.
We're past the mold though. It was just that one spot.
Yeah, you're past.
Alright.
You're past the mold. It was at a choke point. It seemed
Fair enough.
not necessarily deliberately placed there, just something that had developed. But y'all do see these creatures coming towards y'all now. They're probably about 100 feet.
dying. Didn't you say he's unconscious?
Yes, he's unconscious on Bronix's back. But you
I'm gonna
see,
stay alive.
Yeah.
well,
I mean, he did say he was going to do
kinda
prayer of
hard.
healing after we moved through the pack. I don't know if we can get them off before they arrive.
I'll say if I come towards us.
do an initiative check. See if you're able to get it done within the amount of time that you need.
16.
I'll probably say.
Let's see if let's just do one creature. 18. Just as you're about to finish, you can continue going if you want to. I'll say on the last, you're at 9 minutes 45 seconds. So if you want to like spend 3 rounds, you can maybe pull it off. If you want to continue trying to concentrate on it, but these creatures catch up right before you're about to finish.
I'm not gonna lose the spell if I stop now, am I?
Usually when you start concentrating on a spell like that, you would.
I don't want to lose it. I'll keep casting it for now.
Yeah. You may get lucky and someone can help you out, but remember, when you're casting spells like this, they count as concentration. Just so you know, so if you get hit, you'll have to do a con save. Alright, let's do an initiative. I'll let you keep your 16, obviously.
Yay.
And everyone just start rolling. Oh, I apologize for the loud mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, 2 things. 1, music.
Should be cave music going on, but I'll put some fighting music in.
So I didn't hear any.
Excellent.
And 2, if we're using our tokens for initiative, I'll need 1 dragged on. Still cannot put one on the map.
Put y'all on there.
Just
I'm gonna drag this party token out. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm just dragging the party token back so y'all can put y'all stuff on. Eldith is going to try and defend the injured party members behind y'all. Y'all should have all y'all's tokens on.
Yep. Oh, I rolled it as a 6, but technically it's not. I clicked the 6 token, whatever. It's my initiative, so.
You can just fix my initiative to roll the 24.
You roll the advantage, so 23.5.
I serve the Banshee Queen.
My second 2
Nat
get
20.
myself on the board. 23.16. Alright, let me fix that.
Alright.
7.
What do you seek?
Okay.
Oh, move
My
the
error.
wall.
Move the what?
You moved the 6 into the wall. He's stuck.
He is one with
Oh God, Sizzix got fat.
Oh God, what are you doing to him? My baby.
He's like, Master, I ate too much of Onyx's pudding.
What? Who got my pudding?
All right. So y'all see these strange one-eyed creatures. They almost have like spiny bodies. They're like skittering around and kind of like clicking their teeth and jowls together, hearing little whispers. Let's see. I forget what language they speak. I know they do something. It may actually be deep speech.
Ooh, that'd be
Which is telepathic in nature. So you wouldn't hear the whispers, but who knows? No, they just speak Undercommon. So you do hear Undercommon. Those of y'all who speak it, they're just basically saying, "Oh, we have guests. Let's take them." And then they start to attack. So Sizzix is going to be your initiative for now. Bronix, you see the first one. It is about 80 feet in front of you. That's the closest one that is near you.
I travel 40 feet towards it in rage.
Okay.
So I'm not going to use my... I won't be able to rage if I go the whole 80, so...
Okay, so you what are you doing with your action then? You can dash, you can ready.
I'm going to ready an attack, should it come into range.
Okay, alright. That's your turn. This one, he's actually about 90 feet away from you. He's going to, or no, you would have moved 40 feet closer, so he's actually about 50 feet from you. So he's going to move 30 feet closer, because that's his movement. And he's going to look at you with his rotting gaze. I need a con saving throw.
20.
Oh, yeah, you save, which means you take no damage.
Yes, suck it.
Alright. This one, who is 40 feet away, can't get in close, but he's going to get 30 feet, and he's going to do the same thing. Wait, what is...
Uh-oh.
Conning.
Oh, you already rolled? Okay. So, you're going to take 3d6 necrotic damage. which is 8. He rolled 2 1s and a 6.
Ouch.
You take 8 necrotic. And Alistair, you're up. You are concentrating on the spell, so that is your, I would say, your action to concentrate, but you have a bonus action. And you have movement, so if you want to try and like position yourself, you could still concentrate on the spell and position yourself. But you have to just maintain the actual range of your spell, whatever is the range requirements. Otherwise, if someone walks out of your range, they won't be affected by the prayer.
Okay.
So, is it like, what, 10 feet?
I have to go look. It is 30 feet.
Oh, 30 feet. So Bronix would be slightly out of your range right now. You could try and move 10 feet closer, and you'd be able to still get everybody.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna move a little bit up closer to Bronix, 10 feet, so he's still within range. But I'm gonna stay back still. Is there anything near us, or are we just in like a clearing?
Let's see. There's different fungal things around, little stalks of mushrooms. You see Zerkwoods everywhere, small Zerkwoods. There's other types of mushrooms if you want to like maybe do a perception check.
No, I'm gonna keep my focus on my spell and everything. I was just wondering if there's anything I can like kind of position myself behind. Is any kind of partial cover? Or at least just to keep out of their sight.
I'd say, yeah, why not? There's probably like a small Zerkwood that you can kind of tuck half your body behind, give you a little bit of cover.
Okay, I'll do that then, as long as I'm within range of Bronix as well.
Alright, Various, you're up.
Yeah, I will. I'm just gonna move up as far as I can next to Alistair. And I just want to be within range. It's 120 feet range, this spell, I believe.
The farthest creature would probably be 130. It was the one that was way back there. But everything else is within 120.
Well, I can move a bit further up if you want. And so I'll be a bit ahead of Alistair, I guess, in that case.
Yeah, you'd be basically, in order to do that, you'd have to be right next to, not next to Bronix, 10 feet ahead of Alistair. In order to make that range.
That's okay. You know, sure, I'll do that. I'll put my...
Okay.
I want to get the guy at the back, and I will cast the intelligence save.
Enemies abound on the last guy?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see how intelligent these creatures are. A 4.
Oh. I think it failed.
He's got a +1, but he rolled terrible.
Alright. It now thinks everyone is its enemy, so it thinks everyone is its enemy.
Alright, I'm going to use that as the icon. So he now sees everything in front of him as an enemy. Okay, that's your action. Any other items on the list for you?
No, that will be it for me.
Alright, we have the 2 of these creatures, and then Navarre, you're after them. Okay, this one is the one you just cited as the one that you were going to target. He's going to move 30 feet forward, so he's within 90 feet. He's going to attack the one right here with multi-claw attack. So this one gets hit once, he misses with the first one, deals 9 slashing damage to his ally, which you kind of hear the other one retorts, "What is wrong with you? Get them!" Anything about that? Let's see within range.
If he takes damage, he does the saves.
Okay, so yeah, he's automatically immune to eating fried as well. Alright. So this one, kind of pissed off. Let's see, what is he going to do? He's 90 feet away.
We have finished building the altar of storms.
Yeah, he's going to try and get away from his friend that just attacked him and move forward 30 feet to get within 60.
We will attack him with attack of opportunity.
Yeah. So
pretty good actually. Attack of opportunity.
I did not mean to hit. Okay, 12 misses. So he's like, "Stop attacking me!" and he runs towards y'all. And he's going to dash another 30 feet. So he's now 30 feet away from you. But Bronix, he's about 10 feet away from you in another direction. Actually, more like 15. Navarre, you're up. You have
Yay.
4 of these spined creatures in front of you with one eye, a sickly green eye with a cat's eye pupil.
To improve our weapons and armor.
Oh, actually, no, not cat's eye pupil. It's just round people.
Alright. Now would be a good time for fire. And I'm going to use my Scorching Ray.
Alright.
And hit the 3 that are right here.
Alright, the 3 in a row.
Yep.
Go ahead and unleash a 3 blast.
Choo. That's a 1.
Yes.
Choo. Choo.
Hit.
And another
Miss.
1. What the fuck?
Wow. So the one in the middle takes
Go for
how much
it.
damage? Gopher's here. Is he here?
What's yeah. Pew. 7.
7 fire damage to the one in front. Alright.
And then I move forward.
Okay. If you move 30 feet forward,
Depot under our
you-
control,
No.
we can swiftly
Okay,
navigate the battlefield.
the closest
Call down
one
aid from the skies.
is probably this one right here. He's 30 feet away, so if you move 20 feet, you'll be 10 feet away. Alright.
No. Dang, I can't. I can't do Shadow Blade, but.
Alright. Top of the round. Bronix, you're up. The closest one, you have 2 that are within 10 feet of each other. Basically, you have one 10 feet ahead of you, and then you have one to your right, about 15 feet from you.
I'll go to the closest one, and I'm gonna launch a couple attacks on him.
Alright.
I think I'm just gonna do normal. Which one? Oh, here it is.
Okay, that hits. And that hits.
Woohoo!
Let's go normal
So-
attacks.
Alright. Total of 20 damage. Not bad. You give him 2 quick slips across his kind of almost like natural armored skin. It sinks in a little bit of this leathery rock-like skin, but it does not immediately take him down. He's still going, but he's hurting. This one's about 80. He's about 30 feet away. Oh wait, he moved forward, so he's probably about 20 feet away. So he's gonna move within, not within melee, but he's gonna move about 10 feet away from you. He's close to Navarre. Which one does he go after?
What is it?
Yeah, he's gonna rotting gaze on Navarre. You need a con save, my friend.
Dark Lady, watch
Our
over
great
you.
hall is now a stronghold.
Oh,
We can start
no.
building a workshop without delay.
You take no
25.
damage. No damage. So he looks at you and he tries to like almost like try to hypnotize you in a way and use some weird magic on you, but you are unaffected.
I just turn. I look back and turn my head like trying to do something.
The one in front of Bronix is going to swing his claws. Okay, misses with an 11. Wait, you used Reckless, right, Bronix?
Nope.
Nope.
Those are regular
Okay.
attacks.
Alright. Yeah, you're showing that you have toggle advantage on, so that's why I
just
was
leave it
wondering.
alone.
And so 11 misses you, but a 23 hits, so you take 5 slashing damage reduced to 2. He gives like a little snarl and it kind of yelps and lunges at you, claws at you twice, but hits only once. Alistair, your action is used by concentrating on the spell. You're almost there. Everyone seems to be within range of you right now, so you don't have to worry about changing position. You have a bonus action if you wish to try and do something else.
Didn't Bronix move up forward?
No, the creature moved towards him, so he's still within 30 feet of you.
Okay then. Yeah, I'll just maintain concentration then on my spell and hold.
Okay. Barris, you are up.
Yeah, I'm shouting at the guy I controlled. I'm like, yes, betray your friends. I will reward you handsomely. And I'll move back a bit. But I'm next to Alistair, but I'm still in the air, and I'll just let the guy Bronix hit. So.
18 if he fails. This is wisdom save, so 10, he fails.
Hooray.
So you hear like you hear him snap his jaws together and grind his teeth as he's hurting in pain. What is this? What is this? And you see like his skin begins to decay. Pieces begin to fall off him, but he's still alive. Just barely. This one.
Finish him off, my minion.
He needs to get closer because the other one walked away. So yeah, he can get within range to melee, I think. Oh no, he can't because he's 60 feet back. So if he goes 30 feet forward, he can use his other thing, his running gaze, on his teammate, which you just attacked. Actually, he's gonna do a T3 to choose which ones he attacks, since they'll all be within that range.
Yeah, it's technically random, so...
Alright, well, in the line, 1 to 3. Oh, yeah, he rolled a 1, so he's gonna attack the one I mentioned. So, let's do a save for that guy. Khan, he rolled a 20, so he doesn't take any damage, unfortunately. Damn, these guys got some con on them, I didn't even realize that. So this guy, let's see, Navarre's about 20 feet away from him. And who does he see as the bigger threat? Bronix or Navarre? Navarre's closer, so I think he's going for Navarre. And he's gonna claw at you twice, try and hit you. Misses with the first one with the 5, that hits with an 18. So you take 4 slashing damage as he just claws at your clothes, trying to rip into you. The first one gets a slight hook on your cloak, and he almost spins himself out, but he is able to spin the other claw around to hit you. And you are up as this bastard just attacked you. Alright, go ahead and make an attack roll.
The workshop is now
Swing.
operational.
At advantage since you're in dim light.
So that we can clear a path to
Another
lower
20.
Nope. Alright, just roll damage. Because it hits. 13 psychic damage. Not bad. As he recoils from attacking you, you just kind of pin him under the shoulder and get a nasty little stab that makes no mark but leaves a deafening screech in your ears as he squeals. Bronix, you're up.
Alright, let's I'm gonna do regular attacks again, I think. Is that one still alive? That little one that was
The one in front of you is bleeding. He's got necrotic decay along his body.
15 hit?
That just hits.
Is he dead?
Oh my god. You almost
Nice
rolled max
roll.
damage. Yeah, you got that one pretty good. You take advantage of the weakened natural armor of the necrosis on his body, and you just break through, and you hear chunks of hard flesh break, and
I haven't got
you just almost cleave him in half, but he slips off the rest of your axe with a death look in his eye.
Okay, and what's the next closest one? Is that
The next closest one is probably on the other side of Navarre.
Okay. Okay, how close is it though? It's close enough to
20
get to.
feet.
Oh, it's fine.
20 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna go to that one. And hit it.
That hits.
And I get to hit it again because I killed something. That
Okay.
does not hit. That misses. So
That is not hit.
only the top.
So you do 15 damage. It is looking pretty rough as another significant slice. You nearly cut off one of its arms, but it still has it barely. All right, Alistair, you're on deck. This Nothic is coming up.
Oh yeah, that's what that creature was.
This one's, let's see, he's about 30 feet away. He's going to push forward, and he's going to do, let's see. No, not that. He's not going to waste his action on that. Seeing that you just killed one of his friends and is attacking another one, he's going to Rotting Gaze on you, Bronix. Con
Alrighty
save.
then. Con save. Boom. There you go.
No damage.
Wrong person
He,
to
like-
be going after con saves, really.
Well, he doesn't know that. Know that. So he saw that you were affected by it once at least. So you are avoided damage. Alistair, you can now hit the final cast on your prayer of healing and do some heals to everyone in the area.
Move closer to Bronix.
Yeah, he's within range still, because
So
he moved laterally. He didn't move away necessarily.
Okay.
So he moved along the radius. If you want to make sure you can push a little forward, but no one else will get lost in this heal. So you're good.
I'll go ahead and only do a level 2 cast. Hopefully it'll be good.
Die, horn filth!
19 to everyone there. Stool
We do not
was spared, so he's good. He's now awake, and he's,
The
everyone else
enthusiasm
feels
was-
better. Various, you're up.
Yes.
You have
Okay.
avoided damage very easily with your flying skills.
Back up to full.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and luckily they failed with a 4 intelligence, that was good.
die, horn
I will just do Toll the Dead on the guy that
We do
Navarre
not fear
hit
death.
with
We
the
are its harbingers.
Scorch. 'Cause
Okay,
damaged.
he's right in front of Navarre.
Yeah, so I'll just Toll the Dead.
Alright, let's see if he
And-
does well. It's wisdom. He rolled a 19. Natural 19.
Alistair, help me.
I'm
gonna-
sorry. Hey, you got one off that worked.
I know. And I'm gonna move. I'm technically next to Alice.
Alright, so you're like hovering above him.
I'm
Technically.
hovering above him to him 5 feet. So
Okay.
5 feet to the right, 15 feet.
Okay. And alright, these creatures are up. This one is enemies abounded, and he's going to choose between Navarre, Bronix, and the two Nothics that are there. So he's going to roll D4. Bronix is 1, Navarre is 2, 3 is the one in front of Navarre, 4 is the one on the right of Navarre. He rolled a 1, so he's going to go for Bronix, who's 30 feet ahead. He's going to run forward and try and slash him. Wow, he rolled really well. 22 and a 17. So 10 slashing damage reduced to 5. He didn't have advantage, so he didn't get that nat 20, but you're immune to nat 20s anyway.
Yeah.
This one's still next to Navarre. He's going to continue to try and swing at you. Rolls a 10 for the first swing, but a 19 for the second. 4 slashing damage. That's the lowest amount of damage he can roll. Alright, you're up. You just see a snarling, big-eyed, spiked creature in front of you.
Okay. So. Navarre shall take the swing.
Alright, roll an attack roll. With advantage.
with like double advantage.
Speak quickly.
Bronix is next to me.
That is true. Bronix is next to you. All right, 17 hits.
Come on. Come on, roll 20. You can do it. There it goes.
Ooh, there you go. So he claws at you, catches you again along the scales, and kind of pricks one of your scales, but you just stab him right in the eye with an near invisible blade, and he perishes with a screech. All right. This round, Bronix, you're up.
Alright, who's alive left?
You have the one creature who came towards you, and then the one to the right of or near Navarre. They're both within melee technically.
Oh, so are they in range? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can see him. Okay, kind of. Deter. Well, that 13 does not hit. So 15 is that kill? Or 16? 17. I'm sorry.
Which one did you hit?
The first one, the one that's coming towards me.
All right, the one that. All right. It does not kill. It's still pretty healthy. Since that was the first hit it took. But yes, you got a nice swing on him. He's recoiling in pain. I get to do a save with him now. Is this intelligence?
Yeah.
10. He fails. All right. The one near Navarre is going to. Seeing that Alistair just healed those people in front of him, he's going to try and use his rotting gaze on Alistair. I need a con save, my friend. Oh, just succeeds. Well, not just succeeds, but succeed. All right.
Yay.
You hear him curse under his breath in some underdark slang that you're not quite sure of. But Alistair, he just targeted you. You were up. What do you do?
How far away is he?
He's 30 feet away.
Alright. I'm going to run up to him, hammer and cast Inflict Wounds on him.
All right. That just hits.
16.
All right. 16 necrotic damage. Nice hit.
And that'll be all for now.
Similar necrosis spreads from the hammer and inflicts upon the body. Varius, you're up. You have 2 Nothics still left.
I think the one on the right's more injured, but I'm gonna pull the dead him.
What do you need?
Okay.
And yell at the other one for attacking my friend.
He rolled a 15 for his wisdom save. Something
Oh, he failed. Takes 10.
Oh.
10 damage. Alright, he's looking beat up. He's almost done. Alright, this one. Enemies abounded. He sees 3 potential enemies in front of him, so let's see what he thinks. Let's see. Navarre. Interesting. Alright, he's going to try to. I think he's going to try to multi-attack. He's kind of abounded, so. Oh, Jesus. A 22 and a 24. Nat 20. But he rolled shitty on the nat 20, so that's okay. 11 total slashing damage from the 2 attacks.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was only 6. It was 5 slashing plus 6 from the nat 20.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how often I see these, but it's a nat 20 and a natural 1. I see those so often. All right. You're up. This creature that has been charmed by Varius has just slashed at you twice.
Failed me.
I'm a fucking...
Be gone with them.
I'm a fucking pretend to stab it with an imaginary Imaginary sword.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Just
13.
misses. Well,
Goddamn.
misses from a 15.
I blame the lag.
Bronix, you're up. You have 2 of these creatures right in front of you.
Alright, let's get chopping then, I guess.
Hits.
Same
Which
I
one do you
attacked
hit with
last
this?
time.
Okay. That is a little over the amount, so that one is killed in a way of your choosing.
Just kill him. It's no big deal. That one misses, but I get another one.
Alright.
And that one
You
hits.
get another one.
9.
Alright. It's 9 damage. Alright. Not bad. This one's still up, but he's doing okay. He's in the medium amount of damage. Alistair, you're up.
The stream can see our rolls. The latest one they can see is the wisdom, the toll of dead from the beginning.
Huh.
We're just on to
Scroll down,
scrolls.
Bronix.
Scroll down what?
On the stream, the rolls aren't showing up. I think they're not scrolling down for some reason. It's not auto-scrolling.
There you go.
There you go. Just keep it all the way at the bottom and it'll auto-scroll. But, yeah, there you go. You got it.
I wonder why I did that.
No idea.
Which one is the one still alive?
The one right on the other side of Bronix from you. He's about 10 feet away.
Alright, I'll hurl my hammer at him this time. Ranged
Alright.
attack.
Make an attack roll.
Wow.
That hits.
Hey.
19. 7 plus 5 radiant, or 10
This
as fiend
stuff
or
sells
undead.
itself.
He is not a fiend or undead, but he does take the 12 radiant 12 damage total.
Yes.
All right. He's still up. He's looking bruised, battered, and burnt and necrotic. He's pretty hurting.
You failed me for the last time, minion. Prepare to die. Oh, that was actually good. There you go.
Okay, so he fails his wisdom save with a 3, but he just succeeded
Yeah.
his enemies abounded save as
Yes.
17. So
The second he
he
breaks
gets
free.
out of the daze and he's like, oh shit. You do 18 necrotic damage and immediately kill him. God dang.
Parts
Alright.
of his body start shriveling.
Yeah, you basically just see armored scales as most of the flesh deteriorates and gets lost between all the mushrooms
Yeah,
on the
what do you
ground.
want? Can I
From
interest you in
there,
a payment
we are out of
plan?
combat.
Got the best
The
deals
cave
anywhere.
is cleared. You take a short rest if necessary.
We use like 1 spell each, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Plus, now that I'm level 7, so we're in level 4 slot. So I kind of want to use that for we short rest.
Like that.
Optimization. Because wizards are like the... Oh, you deleted my scissors. So
Yes,
so
of course I
sad.
did. Sizzix is evil. Literally, he's evil.
I know, yeah. He's like, he's good evil.
He's good evil.
Well, he's
He's
evil
good
against
evil.
others, not me.
That's an
therefore it's
interesting
good.
one.
No, he's evil against other people,
Oxymoron.
not me. I haven't noticed he stole from me, so as far as I know, he's good.
Hey, that's it. Come now,
Uh.
defeat pal.
So the rest of the party members, Eldith is looking out for them. She's like, "Is everything cleared ahead?"
Everything appears to be good. I'll recast my light. And press on.
So the rest of the day goes on. No issues. You seem to find a kind of like tucked in area. Oh, pardon me. Moving the...
We're in a war now.
Sorry, yeah. You find like a tucked in area behind a gigantic Zerkwood mushroom, a good place to make camp. So, I need watches.
Pathwise, you just went down from here, right? Up there, yeah.
Yeah, this cavern that you came into is probably 3 miles long. It was pretty massive cavern.
Ooh,
I'll take fourth watch.
yeah.
All
Are you
right.
joining me and Zizix for our...
Who would be the first watch? I guess I'll nominate Eldith. She feels that y'all worked hard in the fight, so she'll helm the first watch.
And I will take.
Wait, in that fight,
Second.
Bronix got injured, right, in that fight with the claws, even though it only took 2 damage, right?
I'm actually pretty healthy still. So.
Yeah, you got healed, but
Yeah.
you did take damage though, right?
Yes,
Like,
I did.
Yes.
okay, I will collect some of his blood
Wait, what?
nonchalantly.
No, you will not. You will stay the fuck
Bronix.
away from me, or I will snap you in half.
Not from you, from the ground. It's fine.
Don't touch
worry
my
about
blood. I'll kick you in the ass.
it. Fine. I continue. I tell Zizix, I'm like, get some of his blood, and he's like, yes, master. And he goes invisible and collects it for me.
Do a stealth check for Sizzix at advantage, and Bronix, you can do a perception check to see if you notice this.
Super stealth.
Gotta be a
I don't have the
12,
toggle
shouldn't be that hard.
advantage on it. Anyway, yeah.
He rolled a 22.
Jesus, I don't know.
Oh, it's
Sizzix is invisible, and you do not notice him collecting with the vial. Some of your blood mixed with earth and fungal growth and decay.
I'm only 80% sure fucks over. So.
If it's mixed with all that shit, I'm suddenly not so worried it's gonna work, whatever the hell he's doing.
Wait, what'd he
have-
roll for his stealth?
22.
'cause,
Just
the
out of your
Zizix
passive
roll.
perception range.
Okay, damn, I was gonna be like,
That would've been
Yeah, your
interesting,
passive
dude.
perception is insane. It's out of this world.
All we need is this insane warlock to make a giant mutant Bronix clone and kill somebody.
You know
Alright, I'm
what
gonna-
they say about be careful what you wish for.
I didn't wish for it, but I know you want.
I'm just
So-
saying.
second, third watch still.
Yeah, I'll do the second watch. I'll just give it do mine.
Oh,
It's alright. I don't mind if I do.
I was gonna do second.
It's alright. I'll do third. Just
Alright, go ahead, Navarre, and do your perception, please.
Okay. Here we go. Percepting badly again. Now, the question is, will it work? Will the dice roll work?
It's so strange. Like yours is so delayed from everyone. Is it because you have 3D dice on?
I have
No.
3D dice on.
why do you
I once again I percepted badly.
why do you torture yourself with 3D
Oof.
dice? It's
It makes it feel more fair.
It makes it
Honestly,
feel
and
more.
honestly, I feel weird using the computer for like, even though we.
I'm gonna
And then
put
I'm
on.
gonna
I'm gonna
make-
put on 3D dice because I use 3D dice, and now I can actually run it because I have a good laptop. I couldn't run 3D dice before.
Alright, well, you're gonna enjoy
I'm
seeing
try
a
and
20
make a-
turn into a 5 every like 2 dice rolls. You're gonna see that
You
20.
get
that
the, you
goes
have
to
to
the side.
remember, like my creatures roll a shit ton of dice sometimes.
Oh, you're right. Your screen's gonna be full of it.
I want to wake up Topsy, I think it is, and ask if he'll do the last watch with me.
Topsy, or you mean Turvy?
Turvy
Turvy's
the
guy.
male.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Turvy would
okay.
be the man.
If he'd be willing to
Yeah.
do the last watch with me.
He,
Do
he,
we
he,
make,
he
do we make
uncurls from.
campfire?
Sorry.
Oh, he wants to make a alchemist fire.
Oh yeah, that's a success. I apologize.
Yay.
Alrighty, so just for your like posterity's sake, so you know, to make an alchemist fire, it's a 12 DC. You'd know these by now, so you know it's a 12 DC for an alchemist fire, and it's a 13 for an acid.
I. Oh shit!
Um,
that's a level spell. Oh, I was
But various Navarre. Navarre is obviously somewhat distracted by his alchemist making, and that would explain his role. Varius is uncommonly perceptive for his watch, seemingly undistracted, not distracted by Jim Jar.
I'm watching my back against Bronix. I'm scared he's like found out that I've stopped blood. Like, I need to be alert. Kill me.
Alistair is going to do a watch with Turvy. He agrees. He rubs his eyes as you wake him up for the final watch. And he sits there and waits with you.
Okay. Topsy. Right? Turvy. Turvy, me and our group here, we do trust you and we would like to help you, obviously. But I do have some concerns with you and your sister. Shall we say, are you guys aware when the time is that you will transform and you can't control it?
We get urges, yes. By the way, Ronix, can you move the map on the other? Just move it up a little bit. If you want, you can zoom it out a little. Makes it easier.
That's fine, right
there. He's open to talking to you. Obviously, he says we get urges. He's still skittish. You notice his demeanor has changed. Every time he transforms uncontrollably, you notice this transformation also with his sister. She's become completely withdrawn. She's no longer communicating on the same level as she was at the beginning. And Turvy now seems to be going on that same downward spiral where you as an insightful person automatically would understand that this is some kind of like a symptom of almost like a mental illness. It's the lycanthropy is affecting the mind as much as it is the body, and you're noticing these symptoms become ever more pervasive amongst Turvy and Topsy, respectively, especially Topsy. So you're aware of this innately, but he is telling you that he's always been grateful for your aid. Y'all's literally going out of your way to make sure that you have the capability of performing the ritual, which you currently do have all the necessary possessions. You are just waiting for the right time, but he gives you his word that at the moment he starts to feel the next transformation come on, he will try and be more forward with it.
I would very much appreciate it. It's not so much that some of us have issues with it. We should be able to handle ourselves should you. The last time you guys did and we lost you, that you'd ran off, it was something that should have never happened. It went beyond my foresight. I should have thought about it, but I believe we need to have some form of precautions if you guys will have this happen again. And I hope you trust me. I would never wish you any harm. I want to help you. I do. But if we need to chain you or keep you someplace hidden where you can't escape, should you harm someone else or worse, them harm you as well when you are in control of yourselves, is my concern.
He looks over and he's like, I would agree to this. It'll take some convincing, but I may be able to convince my sister to abide as well. She's not doing well.
Yes, I've noticed, and I figured you would be the persuade her. I will do everything in my power to cure you and your sister's ailment. I just wanted to make this clear with you, should it happen again. That we need some kind of precaution.
He appreciates your forthrightness, and he agrees to do whatever he can to make sure that whatever happened to Gracklstugh doesn't go forward again. Let's see. I need to make sure I check the calendar, because y'all have been going on for some days now. outside of Gracklstugh. Let's see. I left the city on the 4th day. It's been... It's been 9 days since y'all left Gracklstugh, and y'all are starting the 10th day outside of the city. So it is now the start of the 14th day, so it is actually getting quite close, if you remember the date of the transformation.
Okay.
Or not quite close, but you're halfway there.
Okay. The ritual for that, don't we have it like
Yes.
on a piece of paper? Did we get a book for it or something, or
No,
just information we were told?
she told you that it requires a remove ritual, but the ritual requires certain ingredients to be able to be successful. The blood of an alpha were-rat, a mushroom akin. Sorry.
I think we have the blood of the rat.
Yes,
Yeah, we
y'all
do.
have
We
plenty.
have
The ritual
Y'all have plenty
material.
of that. You have the mushroom substance, which is akin to an underdark version of Monk's Hood or Wolfbane, and you have silver, and I think that was it. Because the herb was rare. Yeah, and the last thing was to do it on the Feast of the Moon, which is coming within very short amount of time.
Okay.
Speaking of which, y'all have noticed that y'all's hook horror infants are growing at an accelerated rate. They are about 2 feet tallish right now. Alistair's is a little bit much bigger, just because he's been well fed, obviously, because you use your spells to feed him. But yeah, they're getting big. Soon they'll be considered young.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I didn't actually have like combat.
Yeah, you never
Oh
know.
no! Oh shit! If we get AoE'd by fireball, they're gonna die on.
Yeah, they're
If
not
they
like
weren't combat,
toons.
that could still happen.
They're not like characters, so they do die.
Yeah. I learned that the hard way. Passed away. Good thing.
Obviously, need to make perception checks.
Y'all's watch goes uneventful. The creatures you killed seem to be the primary purveyors of this certain area. Turvy rolled a 19, you rolled a 21. Y'all were basically sitting near each other watching the area. But the second day inside the Mushroom Road begins. You proceed down a narrow corridor. It seems almost like 2 slabs of granite pushed together this area. It's at a 30-degree cant to the right, but there's areas where you have to climb up and over different rocks. It takes several hours just to get over these certain precipices. There's small areas where you're squeezing in, you're having to take off your armor and put it back on to get on the other side. It takes several hours. Once you get across this half crevice, you do come across a fungal patch. Just more fungus.
Do we identify it as the same type as fungus, like the brown fungus?
No, it's not the brown mold that you had seen before. You see before you what look very much like Trillimax. If y'all are all familiar with this mushroom. It's like a
handout.
I do have a handout that I can quickly show y'all. It's on the quick scale.
Found it.
So I did a show to players. Should have showed it to y'all. So
Ooh.
this is like a leathery, almost like skin-like fungus. It's not very tasty, but it can be used for almost like crafting in a way. But it is
I want
edible.
to pick some.
Yeah, I can make
Alright.
scrolls out of this. It says if I just cut it and clean it, it can be scrolls. So
Mm-hmm.
or hats.
It can be prepared properly. So there's about 8 of these Trillimac clusters. So if y'all like to harvest them, you may.
I would.
I'll take 2. I'm not huge needs of
Okay,
scrolls.
so there's 8 of them. So I'm gonna do a couple rolls.
Sure.
Y'all are
Survival?
able to harvest about 8 times 4 of the.
Yeah, you guys grabbed them.
Oh my
That's
god, my
in the
math
party.
is so off right now.
Math is
32 plus that's 40 plus that is 54. Y'all are able to harvest about 54 pounds of food.
Oh, I was just.
Obviously, it equates to about 27 days worth of rations.
Hooray!
Awesome.
I will.
I need
where's my?
food. Let's say, what will it take for that for him to get the materials he wants to make scrolls, though?
Depends. Let's see. We'll equate a pound to about 10 gold's worth of parchment if he spends the time to craft it.
How long would that be? In the long rest, would I be able to do that?
No, this is something you'd have to do on a day off, like, because it takes several hours to prepare.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll just use it for food then. 'Cause I
Okay.
do have.
So it's 54 pounds of food?
Maybe
was
that's what I do.
Yeah, which equates to 27 days worth of rations.
Yeah, I have to buy
The
parchment,
party
so-
requests at least 7 days worth of those rations, so y'all can split up 20 between the 4 of y'all.
Wait,
I have more food
it? Alright,
now.
5 each of us.
By the way, minus a ration for the first day of travel.
yeah.
So
I now
Already
have
did.
12. I'll have 5 rations, okay. Actually, no, wait, that would be way too much.
So that's
Wait.
5 rations for each of us, was it?
yes, if you'd like to split it evenly, 5 days of rations to each of y'all.
I'll guess a 4 so that I give
I
myself
have
16 total
8.
ration.
I shall take the ration. All the rations I can get.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
eating for 2.
Bronis, can you click off of that handout on the screen and move the thing forward? The rest of the day goes uneventful. You don't encounter any creatures. You do come up to a glowing fungus cap, which kind of pervades this next cavern. It is several hundred feet tall, and it casts a pretty bright glow. But y'all decide to maybe either camp here at this entrance or camp in the one to your right. It is up to you.
oh, does this split off in here? Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Oh.
So wherever you make camp is up to y'all. If you proceed too far, it's technical, because remember every square is about a third of a mile. So you know.
Well, I guess the light would obviously be people see. It's up to you guys. I don't mind.
What?
No, we can either camp the glowing mushroom or camp the right.
Well, it'd be more camping in this area to the right or the area you just came.
Oh,
Or
well, I
to
guess
the
we
right.
camp to the right. Yeah.
Okay. I need our watches to be set up.
Yeah. Where?
I'll do 4th watch.
Ah. How about that? That's a good way of doing it.
I'll do second watch.
I'll do second
That
with
D3.
someone.
Oh, you did the D4, so
I'll just take up the final one then. Whatever.
I'll
Alright.
just map this in.
Ooh, hope someone's sitting with me or someone's gonna sneak up on us.
Bronix, are you on first or third watch?
Final watch. Third watch.
Alistair's on the final watch, so you're taking third? Okay. I guess I'll do Eldith first watch again. For simplicity.
Hey.
Natural 20.
Oh wow, you really don't have any.
Alright,
15.
so Navarre, you're on... Which watch are you on, Navarre?
Second.
So you're on second with Barrius?
Yep.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
so you two are basically just scanning the area. Time.
roll so out
You're
of
very
order.
alert.
Refund mode.
Alistair, you're on fourth watch. Bronix, you're alone on second watch, no problems. Or third watch. Eldith also is on first watch. Let's see.
Yay, I made a fire.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens. Y'all are okay. You wake up the next day. You chose an area that seemed pretty safe. You continue forward through the glowing shroom room, which takes a while. You get to a cavern, which looks like almost like a setup area to harvest certain things. Y'all notice a band of familiar-looking creatures, but they seem different. They're coated in different funguses. They don't seem to notice y'all's area. You just see them catering to this fungal patch. They look like drow and quaggas. They have very noticeable fungal growths along their bodies.
Oh no.
Stool, are these creatures you know of?
Yes, they are. Yeah, the spores go up. They tend to the fungal patches. These are I don't know how to put this to softers, but they are slaves. After they've perished, these corpses are taken to fungal growths that are reanimating in nature. They allow us to cultivate some of our young or other funguses that we find useful.
That's creepy.
Evil.
We don't kill any of these creatures. They're already dead.
We just find the bodies.
Yes, we find the bodies, and
In the
you know
Underdark.
the Underdark's dangerous, and creatures perish, and we take use of their leftover corpses. I know
Well,
it sounds horrible, but
I have a
it's hard to
question.
explain.
Where in the fuck is there just a random body in the Underdark full of predators that will, eat things that are made of meat?
Well, the drow, as you know, like to scout this area and take Myconid prisoners, and sometimes they are killed when dealing with the monstrosities of the Underdark. Sereth is kind of nodding. He's like,
Yep.
I've seen many of my brethren fall to dangerous creatures. Alistair, go ahead and make a perception check.
It's Alistair's shit, animating dead.
Okay. You kind of notice a slight, lump, almost like a fungal cap, growing on Sarah's neck.
I don't know how to respond to that. Seraph, are you all right?
Yes,
You've been feeling well. Any odd?
I feel great. We're finally returning the Myconid I captured to his home.
Are you sure? Would you mind if I did a quick inspection of you?
Yes?
You got a freaking mushroom on your neck, dude.
Technically, you would know.
We don't
I
know
would have
shit.
seen this thing if he'd been talking about it. He would have drawn my
well,
attention.
Yeah, he hadn't
hasn't-
mentioned
he
it yet.
Brought it up yet.
He's dancing around the
Since
subject.
we talk like with Stool through telepathy, can I speak with only him in my mind?
I think if he farts on
it's-
all of us, they all
The
hear it.
the rapport spores are it's like the way the Myconid culture works with rapport spores is they meld together their thoughts. So it is a mass communication sort of apparatus. It is not a single two-way communication normally. So
Okay.
y'all technically hear everyone's thoughts. So if you're thinking this right now, yes, Bronix would know.
Not only that, he's talking to him. I'm gonna notice the conversation going on, and then, yeah, this is gonna. You don't
I'm
just
more
miss
distracted by
a
the-
second head of like, a mushroom thing growing out of someone's
It's
neck.
very small. It's very small.
I mean,
It's
none of us
Oh.
have noticed it except
I'm
for
distracted
me.
by the.
think of it.
soft
Think of it like
brow.
literally the size of a pimple. That's how small it is. But only Alistair would notice because of his insane acute perception.
Oh, that's actually tiny if it's just a pimple.
That's you didn't describe it well enough. I thought this thing was like the size of a portobello mushroom.
No, not yet.
So I'm like, what the
Okay.
fuck?
Okay.
You only started to
yes,
notice this as
well-
he got closer to the
I would say
Neverlight Grove.
medicine check, but I feel like nature is more. in...
I would say yes, all of the above.
Oh god, the
Um,
sounds of dial-up in the background.
I would say the different checks have different responses. That's what I would say to you.
I'll do medicine checks. I'm more concerned about the health. Okay,
All right, you may proceed.
I don't really fucking care about it.
While this is going on in the background, you just see these creatures tending to the different funguses, and they don't seem hostile to your awareness.
Are we years or are we like 100 foot?
Yeah,
away?
y'all walked up on them. They seem peaceful almost.
Can I like wave at one of them? Like, hello.
Actually,
Nothing. They don't
it should
respond.
be-
They just continue pushing forward with their work. With a 24,
Sorry, I was wrong. That's the right one.
what are you investigating?
I'm looking for a rock.
Oh, he wants to find a
Okay,
rock.
yeah, you'd find a rock amongst the mushroom caps.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the rock and throw it at one of the zombies. Cause I'm just bored. And kind
Make it attack roll, but let me do Alistair's medicine check. So, on further inspection of the spores, you pull back his collar after he reluctantly allows you, and you notice that there's a spread of these down his armor along his back.
Oh my.
They seem invasive.
That's not good at all.
Hey, Alistair, come look at these zombies. Brian's
And
gonna try to hit
you're-
one of the rock. It could be fun.
Sure that you're feeling fine, sir.
He looks at you, he's like, I've never felt better. And he just walks away.
Okay.
I go to Jim John. I'm like, I bet he missed.
you know,
Bet what?
I bet like 5 gold. He the rock with hitting something.
You bet him 5 gold what?
He misses with the rock.
Oh, you're Jim Jar's like,
Yeah.
make it 6.
Fine.
Bronix, go ahead and make a D20 plus your strength. So plus 5.
Oh, I was betting it was Dex. God damn it! I regret my bet.
Well, technically, it's a strength throw. You're throwing a rock. Oh yeah.
I regret my roll.
He beams this Quaggoth in the head with this rock.
Alright, I subtract this gold for myself. God damn it! Why'd you have to
What does it do?
I need you to roll a. What would a rock be? A D4, like a sling?
Yeah.
Technically,
There-
okay.
There's a spell called
D4
rock
plus
throw.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
So you just beam this Quaggoth spore servant right in the freaking head, and it just looks straight at you, and you see where you didn't see eyes before. You see these two massive mushrooms curling out of the eyes with little smaller stalks, and you see like a frill of fungus on the side of its neck, almost like the Davy Jones freaking from Pirates of the Caribbean, all fungus instead of seaweed and barnacles.
I point at Barris. He did it. He did it.
I'm so not okay with this.
You
I'm just
also
handing my
notice.
gold over.
You also notice when this happens, a similar poof of yellow mold brushes off of its face, and there's a 10-foot radius around him, or 10-foot cube of yellow mold around him right here, around his area. He's about 20 feet away from you, so you're not in the yellow mold, but you have angered it. I need you to roll initiative.
God damn, why do you piss off everything we meet?
Actually, this is the first time I've pissed off anything. It's usually Barris doing. That's
They
why
are
I'm-
literally
That's fair.
non-hostile until intervened with.
That's my question for Stool Show. Wait, maybe I'll have a chance.
Oh, I thought that was a 30, but I'm like, oh wait, it can't be.
I'm not even gonna participate.
Seriously, what do you guys
just
do
so that
to
I
drag
can
your
get my
character?
gold. Just you click on your name and you just
Click and
drag it.
hold.
Yeah.
I do, and like it shows my name in like a box, but
Yeah,
there's
and then
nothing.
you drag it over to the map. Drop it.
You
I do, and it
click
doesn't
on your
work.
icon and drag. That's what
The
I
icon doesn't work.
Okay, well,
Wait,
I
do you guys
dragged
have
them
your
on.
actual full icon on?
Yeah, we have our icon.
Oh, I have just
So-
the names.
Oh, you need to go to your sheet. Go to
Yeah, this is your
bio
character.
and info, and then
Yeah, you can drag your
edit.
character on.
Yeah.
That explains. Okay.
Hey,
Bronix.
mind blown.
Okay.
Oh, I have 3. Jesus, that's really low.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
So
it makes
for the purposes of this fight, we're gonna use every square as 5. Okay, so this is just the range we're gonna go with right here, just to make it simplistic. Is everyone's initiatives
Can I
proper?
have my light then from this fight then?
Can you not see currently?
I can see a tiny little bubble around my character.
Oh shit. Okay. What about
You can use the main
what
token.
about this? Yeah. What about this right here? Oh shit.
Okay, yeah, we can just.
Yeah, just use the main token.
Okay.
Like,
Everyone's
we're close enough
initiative's
to be able
all
to see all the
good.
business stuff.
Bronix, your initiative should be 11.5. Eh. Delete. Alright, descend. Hey, at least he did damage with that first hit. So Navarre has backed off and pushed away, so has the rest of the crew as y'all have gotten engaged. At the top of the round, Alistair, you are up.
I really did not want to get close. You said it's a. Okay. So... Oh, hey, there's one right there. Fuck it. I'm already moved up close to it. I'll try and hit
I'm
it
just
with my
gonna put
hammer.
this right here so that everyone can see.
Let's say I didn't realize this Quaggoth, whatever, whatever the fuck it is, was right there.
Yeah, y'all were basically standing and just watching them. You know, like how you stand and watch people like 10 feet away from you, and you're in a freaking restaurant kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know. That sounded weird.
I'll be back. I'm gonna get some water.
I will do Toll the Dead on the one that's in front of me.
Okay. Wisdom save a 4.
Nine.
So
Oh,
he
you rolled
takes
higher.
4 necrotic damage.
No,
since he's
9.
taking damage.
No, 9.
It's undamaged. The guy.
He's damaged. He did damage from
That's the damaged one? I thought
Bronix.
this
Yeah.
was.
I thought he threw out
No,
the
no,
zombie.
he hit a Quaggoth, not a drow.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess then 4.
All right. Sorry.
I thought he hit
That's
a
fine.
zombie. That's what I was saying.
You have a bonus
All
action.
Zombies. No action. Aside from a Navarre, kill it with fire.
So the one which you just attacked, he's going to move forward and multi-attack. Oh Jesus! You're lucky he did not have advantage, because he would have rolled 2 nat 20s. A 20 and a 10 to hit.
Okay, 20 hits, obviously.
Alright, so 7 slashing damage as it breaks across your medium armor, catching a part of your elbow where your armor's weak. Bronix, you're up.
To the drow right here in front of me, and I'm going to use Reckless Great Weapon Master after I rage.
Alright.
Oh, that should be enough.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, max damage.
So you cut through this drow spore servant, and what you expect to see as you slice him basically in a weird orthogonal cut, you expect to see like flesh and bone, but what you see instead is the fibrous innards of multiple different fungi types, and he's cut in 2.
Ew.
All right.
Okay, how far are these other 2 from me?
The Quaggoth spore servant is 10 feet. We're going based off of the squares, so this is
I'm
5.
talking
Every
these
square is 5
here.
foot. So that's literally 5 feet away from you.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah. We're going by the squares.
Ready for some fun? We have some... I'm gonna...
That hits.
This guy...
You do the same thing. You kind of give him a running slice and cut him in half.
This is fun. And easy.
And you have one more attack.
And there's another one.
All right, and this is also the other drow, right?
Sure.
So you do a running slice, cut the other one in half, then you swing it back down, and just bisect the other one in 2. All right. This spore servant is going to move forward toward and try to attack. 18 to hit, so 4 piercing damage. Did you rage?
Yes.
No, you didn't. Oh,
Yes, I
how
did.
about you used your bonus action to attack?
Is it a bonus action if you kill?
Yeah.
Yes,
But it's a
Ow.
bonus action if you rage.
exactly.
Oh, then I guess I didn't kill that one. Put that one back up. 'Cause I raged from the
Okay.
beginning.
All right, so you rage. All right, copy, paste.
There you go. So
All
just
right.
2 are dead.
2 are dead. All right. So yeah, 4 piercing damage reduced to 2. And Barrius, you're up.
Yeah, I really can't do much, so I will ask him to give me a wisdom save.
Which one?
The guy in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just gonna do a hypnotic gaze.
Hypnotic gaze.
Yeah, he basically becomes he can't move and he's incapacitated.
He rolled a 0.
Oh well, hypnotic gaze.
But do they have to have eyes?
They just have to or him, so it works out the way.
Okay, see or hear. So yeah,
within
this one
5
does
feet.
not have eyes, but the other one does. So just by description's sake, he cannot move.
Yeah.
All right,
Or
he
he,
rolled
and he
a-
can't
he rolled
take
a 0.
actions or reactions, so you can
Yeah,
run away.
he can't
from
do
that.
anything. He
Yeah.
rolled a 0.
Yeah, and
All
yeah.
right. So this one next to Bronix is going to multi-attack. 13 misses. 16 should hit.
16.
Right? Or is your AC 17? Okay. Okay, so 6 slashing damage reduced to 3. And then top of the round, Alistair.
Okay. So the
You
one in
have
front
a
of me is not
spore
hypnotic gaze.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
he's
hypnotic
out of
gazed
commission.
in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2. I'll move up to the thing that just attacked Bronix. And I will use inflict wounds and
All right.
probably miss.
Let's see. Technically, you miss, I think.
Does that get advantage since it's a melee attack, or
Yes,
does it have to
it
be?
is a melee. It is a melee spell attack. So you
Ah.
That's useful. No.
didn't help.
Good.
This spore servant, Barrius, are you still on the floor? Because I never could see.
I am. Yeah, I didn't fly.
All right, he's going to claw you. Since the other guy, technically he would have clawed at.
Oh, you can't. The guy in front of me is in.
Oh wait, no, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's incapacitated. So does he get a save after when his turn comes
No,
up?
it lasts until the end of my next. I can use
okay.
my action to keep it maintained, so it's like a
All
continuous.
right, so Bronix, you're up then. Because his turn, the Quagos is gone. Bronix.
Hit shit.
Bronix.
Is it time for slaughter already?
Yes.
Alright, reckless great weapon on the Quagos.
Oh boy, that hits.
Oof, 30 damage.
Does a significant amount of damage, and you activate his yellow mold on his body.
Con saves.
Let's see. If touched, mold ejects spores that fills a 10-foot cube originating from the mold. Any creature in this area must succeed a con save, which Alistair succeeds, and Bronix succeeds. Or take this amount of damage and become poisoned for 1 minute. Poison, blah blah blah.
If I hit it again, would I have to do another con save, or is it once per turn?
Yes.
How else are you going to kill it? You only hit.
The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn, ending the effect on itself on a successful save. So currently, y'all aren't poisoned by the first one, but
Fuck it.
yeah,
17.
Go for it.
hits.
Or 19. Whatever.
All right,
Goodbye.
con saves.
Poison.
Alistair fails.
Bronix does not.
Bronix does not. So you're going to take 15 poison damage, and you are poisoned for 1 minute. You will be able to do another successful saving if you succeed another saving throw at the start of your next turn. Sorry.
Sure.
And because I killed something.
Oh no, there were saving throws at the end of your turn, but you will take poison damage at the start of your next turn. Sorry.
Oh, so I might not take that damage?
No, you will. So at the start of your next turn, you'll take
yeah.
6 poison damage, and then you can do your save at the end of it. So what was the second damage? 19 plus 30. Yeah, that thing's dead. You went 4 over. So you fight through the cloud of poisonous mold, and you cleave up this Quagos spore servant. So that creature's dead. You can use your bonus action.
One. Boom.
That hits.
20.
And that is clearly also dead. All right, Barrius, you're up. Are you maintaining your action?
I'll use my action to maintain the hypnotic gaze.
Navarre is in the background just laughing as y'all fight.
Oh, that thing doesn't actually have a turn. That's
Which one? Oh, yeah, that's right. We'll just do him at the end of initiative, but yeah, technically, and he would be because he is a 3.
Oh yeah, he rolled as bad as
He's
me.
literally
Right.
after you. So the
Very
Spore Servant is going to move up. Oh my god. And he's going to attack Bronix. 20 to hit. Wow. 7 piercing damage reduced to 3. And we are at Alistair. You're in this cloud of yellow spores. You're currently poisoned. You take that 6 damage at the start of your turn.
Okay. What does poison do again?
Just
Poison
disadvantage
condition is
on
pretty
attacks.
nasty.
Has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I will do something that requires neither of those things. Hold the dead. The Spore
You
Serpent
make that
thing.
save. Alright. It is undamaged. And it makes a 16 wisdom save. 18 minus 2. Wow. Okay. You can
Then I
do
shall
your
back
save
away.
for your con.
At disadvantage.
No, not for saves. Only ability checks would be.
Oh
at
no, it's ability. Okay.
dis- So you succeed, so you're no longer poisoned, and you no longer take that damage at the start of your turn.
Hey.
The cube of stuff is like a one-off. It puffs and then it goes. So that guy's still up. This one is currently hypnotized. Bronix, you're up.
This is gonna be short work. Oh. Oh wait, yeah, reckless. I still hit it. 26 to
Alright.
that guy up here.
Yeah, he's gone. That's literally double his health.
Bears, can you stop playing with that thing? Just light it on fire or something? I don't want to hit it and then get you sick. Or I could kill it.
It's my turn next, so it's fine.
Alright, well, you finish it off, because if I hit it, then you have to do con saves twice. Is there anything else in the area?
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's the last one. You've cut through every single one of them.
Okay, I'm gonna start sitting down and getting the gunk off me from that one. This yellow shit.
Okay. There's a fungal patch here, so y'all can harvest that later. Now that you cleared out the creatures, or almost cleared out the creatures. Barris, you're up.
Yeah, I will. Well, it lasts until the end of my turn, so I'm just gonna go away. Big man Bron, and I'll just toll the dead, I guess. I'll do
Alright.
something.
Toll the dead. Let's see if it saves. I doubt it. 6.
Ooh.
It is damaged. So
Oh, it is.
17
Yay.
necrotic damage. You were hitting those high damage rolls, but some of them are just succeeding. Top of the round, Alistair. You see as the creature, parts of it are starting to melt. The fungal growths are decaying, even though it's birthed from decay.
Let's keep up the rub.
All right. These guys are definitely susceptible to wisdom saves.
And
Rolls an
axes.
11, or 13 minus 2, so it's a fail. Takes another 16 damage. It is still barely up. You see as parts of its body is literally falling off. One of its arms is gone. Its legs almost coming apart. And it's looking rough. It is going to push forward towards Bronix and claw at you. Misses both. Wait, you're reckless, so he has advantage.
Yep.
So fails the first one still, but hits with the second. 8 slashing reduced to 4. As it limply attacks you. You are up.
Just remove the token at this point.
Yeah,
Dead.
if I really have to hit it, I mean, honestly.
Headbutt it.
Do it for the role play.
All right.
Punch it to death.
After-
It
Oh, on a-
explodes
After
into a puff of yellow mold.
everybody
Oh,
has to
no.
con save.
Oh no,
Are you up in the air, Various?
I'm fine.
no, I'm fine. Because I
Okay,
assumed,
yeah. So both of y'all would it's a 10-foot cube, so
yeah, I thought Alistair would be able to do it.
Bronix, you're fine.
Zizix is immune to poison, so
Yes, he is. Luckily for him.
otherwise he'd just die. Where's my? Hey, look at me.
That succeeds. So just barely.
Strong man, very.
Well, not just barely. I mean, 1 over, but yeah. So this barely functioning Quagga just disintegrates into mold as it comes towards you, and you just get washed in a wave of yellow mold, but you're fine. All right. That ends combat. And
I want to investigate one of the bodies, please.
all right, you'd be my guest.
I am wanting to, I don't know if you would consider it medicine,
I can try to
but
identify.
I'm
what
wanting to see if the infectious like spores and mushrooms and stuff that kept their bodies like alive and doing what they were, if it's any kind of similar, if I can make out if it's what like Saris has. Seraph
Alright.
or Saris?
It's Sarith. Sarith.
Okay.
Sarith. Okay. Since you've already identified the mushrooms with medicine check, I would say this would be a nature check to see if it's a similar origin.
Let's try. Yeah.
You
That's
have
that.
no idea. Mushrooms are mushrooms, right?
Could I, independently, excluding the I forgot his name. I don't know how to say it. Can I
Seraph?
try to Seraph? Yeah, can I try to what type of mushroom it is? Because I think maybe Alistair might be interested in it. Because I did read a book about funguses and stuff.
What type of mushroom?
The fungus inside. I'm just trying to identify.
Inside the bodies, you're trying to identify the
Yeah.
mushrooms. Yeah, you can go ahead and do a nature check.
Yeah.
You probably won't be able to glean what Alistair was trying to determine, but you
No.
at least
Like I said,
see
this
what
would
it
just
is,
be independent.
potentially.
Just be... Oh no.
So, this fungus is almost like a parasitical fungus, very similar to the funguses that grow in the brains of rainforest insects.
Oh, like ants. Yeah, like that.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The fungus is literally designed to infiltrate the mind of a creature and spread out to as many potential hosts as possible. You know, it is incredibly dangerous, and you also know with your nature check that it is not of this world.
Okay.
Lovely.
I will relay to Alistair. I like shove Alistair.
No.
Away. I shove Alistair. I'm like, don't touch that shit. That shit is mega dangerous. Like, it affects your mind. It's from like another. It's not from this world. It's like another plane or dimension.
Touch
Definitely.
it. We've been breathing
from
this
this world.
shit in.
From
Like,
natural
I-
1
Could I
to
burn it?
natural 20.
Various. If you want to, you
Huge
can make an
difference.
insight check.
I mean,
On me.
I was trying to bet on the money. I don't know. I guess I'll try. I mean, yeah. Counter
Okay, I'll
insight
say
me, I guess.
You see a sudden look of panic spread across Alistair's face. You
Oh,
don't know why.
so I thought
but-
you'd be into this shit. Aren't you into like? I don't think it's really bad, but
Mind reaping
usually
fungus?
into-
No one is interested in that.
I
We-
know. I
we-
mean,
we
sure,
need
it's
to get
really
to Neverlight
dangerous,
Grove
but like
quickly.
Can I?
yeah. I don't know.
So I'm going to push you all
How do you-
along.
How do you treat it?
I don't think you can. I think you just burn it. I guess. Hello.
Burn it?
Well,
All I know
Yeah.
is that
Burn,
it's
burn
super
the fungus
infected.
that grows in your brain.
All I know
about
is
to say
that it's.
There is a
infected.
fungal patch nearby that is, what they were tending to. It is innocuous in nature. It is not dangerous. It is just a random assortment of fungus that y'all could potentially try to harvest. It's not. It's not like this brain fungus that y'all have discovered. It is. These are mushrooms that y'all have seen before. That y'all know that are safe.
But
So if
yeah,
y'all
I'll
try and harvest. Y'all could harvest.
What are they?
I have to roll for that.
Oh, okay.
I turned to Navarre. As soon as we leave, burn that shit with the hottest of fire.
I'm Well, I'm gonna go to
bodies.
Navarre and Alistair. I'm like, that bet is looking pretty juicy right about now. After learning this information, I'm like, pretty juicy.
Fucking natural 20. I did not think that was gonna happen.
It's a 25 as well. It's like near impossible.
After
I don't know
hearing
what that means.
Varys's talk of betting in this situation, I go to Alistair and say, he does realize that he could be infected with the brain debilitating fungus, right?
Yes, but I suppose he has
Why
less
would
to
he?
Hey,
lose.
I hear that. We're still mind connected.
I said it out loud.
It
bitch.
only lasts
We
for
said
1
that out
hour.
loud.
Or actually, hold on. Let me check. How long does Stool's shit last? It's not that long.
We said that out loud.
Yes. I'm starting to wonder how we're gonna figure out if the fucker has the shit. I mean,
Look, if I did have it,
how are we
I
gonna
would
know
be
when he
compelled. Well, I'll be compelled to spread and affect as many hosts as
Oh my
possible. I don't
God,
sleep in the same
internet
bed
is
as you. I don't
shit.
try to touch you. I don't try to, get in
It's like
touch with
headlights.
What was that,
Just
Various?
inside your head.
Can you repeat that? Cause I didn't hear shit.
I heard robot. Yes.
No, I said if I was infected, I would try to spread it, since that's what fungus does. And I haven't been touchy with any.
Yeah. So
He has
the
a
rapport spores only last an hour, but I think Stool did just spray y'all before combat, so y'all can hear each other for another 55 minutes or so, whatever. While y'all are harvesting the funguses around you. Just give me 2 survival checks.
Oh boy.
I guess
y'all
we'll
attempt.
go over to Seraph.
Very nice.
Wait, why is my? How is my? Oh,
Okay,
that's right. My
so-
wisdom suck.
I suppose I should have let Bronix do that.
Yeah.
Yours is slightly
Probably do
better,
better.
I think,
I'm
because
not
your
proficient
wisdom's
at
higher.
Well, he has
Yeah.
proficiency, I think, in it. That's
I
why.
do.
No, I don't.
No, I mean,
I don't.
Bronix might.
Then why do
I
you
think
have a
Bronix.
+5?
He's a
Plus
cleric.
4 for wisdom and stone of good luck.
Yeah.
Ah. Fucking
Yeah,
A,
he's
look at that. I mean, Brodix has what? +1 wisdom and +3 proficiency? So you
Yeah.
literally-
Yeah.
Look at that
just-
shit.
Proficiency. It's got proficiency. Yeah.
Stone.
Look at stone, baby.
Stone of good luck. Hey, talk about
I
giving
know my
your players good shit.
Well, to be fair,
Okay.
it's actually I never knew it did saving throws as well. That was I did not.
Oh
even
yeah,
know that.
death saves, dude. Death saves. You get a +1 to death saves. How awesome is that?
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
So
see,
good.
and it also applies to initiative. So you get
Oh,
a
wow.
+1 to initiative on top of it because it's a check. It's a check.
ability checks and saving throws. Yeah, it would apply to basically.
Yeah, initiative is initiative is basically a dex check. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never applied to my initiative. Okay.
Did you apply? Did you put it in the bonus for your initiative? You have to put it in there. Like
No, I
Bronix
think-
has a +2 initiative bonus because of that piece of armor.
Yeah,
Okay,
stone. No,
so
stone of good luck
1,
is in the.
Yeah, no, I had a global
5, 6,
modifier thing.
No,
We did not.
if you
10,
drag it from the
11,
compendium,
12,
it should
13,
apply it automatically.
15.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're gonna do /gr.
Right, mine. So you do.
4d15.
I guess I'd ask you, Alistair, with the worried look, like, why are you worried? Just don't get near it, Something the matter.
Oh,
Nothing right now.
Shit.
Just,
No, that technically is not 15.
Right. Well,
just a thought. I'll think on it, and if I come up with something later, I'll tell you.
don't get me wrong, I'm worried too. Like, if this is what Stool people does, I don't harbor much hope for his,
I thought
civilization.
they were like just natural, fine creatures. That
Oh no, this thing is
little-
definitely out of this world. Like,
All right.
magical.
So,
like,
There's a cluster of Ormu on the wall that is harvestable.
Ormu.
It's the bioluminescent moss.
I still have since like session.
And
Yours
we
is
don't use it.
if you had it for a long time, it's probably faded in its capabilities.
Well, I've had the
Um,
powdered Ormu for like.
There's a shelf of ripple bark. That's food, more food. There's also 1, 2, 4, 5,
Pouch of bomb
6.
with spores. Yeah, I guess.
There's
I can
a small pond filled with worms.
I want the water orbs.
7,
You love them, don't you? They're just
11, 12.
so cool.
Well, no, there's something I want to do with them.
Ooh.
And there's also a cluster of torch stalks.
The dynamite sticks.
So, patch
want
of
the water
ormu,
orbs.
a couple shelves of ripple bark, some water orbs, and some torch stalks. With y'all's harvest, for ripple bark, you can get 1d4 plus 6 pounds of food. So 1d4. Of course. So 9
Shoot.
pounds of food from the ripple bark. The water orbs. Let's see how much. Let's do a d6.
I think we're good on food.
There's
Honestly.
2 rations worth of water orbs. And torch stocks. How many torch stocks are we?
What if I don't want the water orbs for food?
What are you planning on using them for?
I wanted to use the ceremony spell and make holy.
Sorry, what?
Holy
water?
Yeah, the ceremony
Um,
spell. and make
If
holy
you
water.
haven't prepared and you have some silver that you'd like to crush into powder, you may do so. Just be aware that powdered silver is worth half of the amount of silver that you crush it from, just like other components. So
100
if you
silver.
want 25 gold worth of silver, you need to crush 50 pounds or 50 gold worth of silver. So to get that,
Okay.
so you're crushing it down. It's expensive to make.
Yeah.
But maybe if you,
I don't
since you're a
currently have it
jeweler,
prepared.
I'll give you a check that you can try and reduce the amount of expense that it requires.
Okay. Let's say I don't have it prepared now. I've been wanting to, but I wait until.
All right. So the water orbs you're trying to make into, like, you're trying to like hollow them out and use the watery substance inside as a container, like almost like a water balloon.
Yeah, I figured I would have kept it, yeah, basically, I figured I would have kept it like as the orb as it is.
Okay. You can get 2 sizable water orbs for that nature.
Okay.
There are 3 torch stocks available, and like I said, 9 pounds worth of ripple bark. So, all right. I guess I'll give a pound to the NPCs, and y'all can use the 8 to split between y'all. Sound good? So that way, 1 ration to each of y'all. Extra. So if you want to just not add, so that at the end of the day, just don't take a ration off of what you currently have, and that'll be your expended ration.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
So y'all push forward after this slight combat, and we're going to take a break at the end of this day. I'm going to push y'all to right about right here. Put us in break.
Break time. Zombie mushrooms. Zombie drow, sorry. Man, that's kind of creepy. Like the fact that they spread.
And we are back from our short break. We are starting the perception checks for the end of the day watch. I need y'all to figure out y'all's order.
I was gonna summon a pet to help watch, which is why I summoned the lion.
Third watch.
Summon myself with a lion.
A lion.
Well, I mean,
You summoned a lion to watch for you.
well, yeah. I'll like keep watch and I'm going to sleep.
Are you summoning a watchman or some food for Bronix?
Well, if you kill it, it poofs into life. So.
Oh.
Okay, since I don't have a lion built in my monster manual right now, for now.
I could, yeah, it's right, just...
I have it, okay.
One day you shall.
Yeah.
So, advantage on wisdom for keen smell. Okay, there is a roaring lion licking its lips and kind of does a cat nap. Let's see if its perception check is as good. Because I don't. Can you command these things, or is it?
Yeah,
just...
I can command them. Whatever I want. It's basically like my familiar for one entire day.
D20 plus 1.
Yeah, I'm too busy petting the lion.
So it literally has it's just sitting there while you're petting it. Sizzix is sitting on your shoulders like, I'm going to kill it. Just you wait, I'm going to kill it.
Hey, Sizzix, why don't you ride it? Why don't you ride it into battle and make your enemies fear you in the name of your master, in the name of your master?
Fucking Sizzix just goes over and starts trying to claw at its mane. It's like, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. And then the lion just like yawns and kind of rolls over on his back. It's like, it's on top of me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pet the lion.
All right, so that's that watch.
10 out of 10.
I'll do
So that's first
second
watch.
with
Second
Eldith.
watch. All right, Eldith and Navarre on second. All right, let me pop Eldith out. That sounds horrible. 15 for her.
I clicked my button.
I'll take
There
it.
it goes.
All right, 2 minutes
That's
later.
a 3.
Oh God, that's bad. So now Alistair.
Perceived. I'm also
That's
going to
pretty low
attempt
for you.
to smash up the silver I need. For 1.
All right, go ahead and do a jewelry check.
The big... That's poo.
So you're able to do it just because it's technically not that difficult, but you're not able to save
made
on
a
any
fire.
amount of money. So I'll say that you're able to smash up with that check about 10 gold's worth of your silver, and you're able to grind it down. You're almost experimenting right now. You don't really necessarily do powdered silver as much as you used to, because it's been a while, but since you had your moment of well, that's a backstory thing, so we won't say anything. So you're making an alchemist fire. That's a success with the 12.
Yeah.
Would have been a failure if it was acid. So keep that in mind. Call out before you roll.
Wanted to get back fire.
And I need a 4th watch for somebody.
Guess I'll do it.
Someone needs to do the 4th watch.
I said I'll do it.
Okay, so go ahead and pop off on your thing.
Oh, shit.
Stool is actually going to try and watch
Does he even have
with you.
eyes?
He technically is supposed to have like eyes, but his character photo doesn't really show it. Just do a wisdom check since it's basically what it is. He rolled a nat 20.
Hey! Look at the little guy.
Wow.
He basically sits there and converses with you as he looks around with his dark vision. He technically has dark vision out to like 120 feet. But he says, you know, we're almost there. I could feel it, you know, my home is so close. he basically thinks it's one cycle away, what they call days or cycles. From there, y'all are fine. Y'all get up. Y'all proceed to the next day, and y'all continue on. You're in a large passage. This passage that you started off in was probably about 500 feet across, and it's continued, give or take, 50 feet with the widening and closing as it gets narrower and wider. But it is a long tunnel with diverse amounts of fungus. You notice as the lights begin to get brighter, various strands of purples and blues and pinks and reds and greens. The Ormu is almost Christmas-like in nature with the different variations of color.
This is very, very vibrant.
Yes. You continue along, and then eventually you get to this area where there are just two massive Zerkwoods, almost like a gate. And you see a fungal patch in front of you, right between the two Zerkwoods. And similar funguses that you've seen before.
Friendly ones, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you see sheets of ripple bark, basically, on, how you've seen it before, where ripple bark is literally growing on the Zerkwood mushrooms.
Yeah. Has it been 24 hours since our last encounter, by the way?
Since the last encounter?
Probably not.
Okay. It's alright. Anyway.
I would say that that encounter was at the end of the day, and you're getting close to the beginning of the day for y'all. Maybe 3 hours from now, you'll be good.
All right. All right. So, I mean, I'm not in. I don't know about anyone else. Like stuff. I don't need to harvest some of this stuff. But it looks like. Does Stool know which way we go? Do we go up or do we go to the right?
He kind of directs you through the fungal patch and past the. It looks like a gate. Almost like a gate. If you've ever seen like a natural stone gate, but with Zerkwood mushrooms instead, that are 30-foot tall mushrooms.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be this entire time. I'll be on my mount, my new lion pet friend. Because
okay,
Rory got to walk on the peasant's ground. I am a king with my pet lion guard.
Welcome!
You're gonna go bareback?
I mean, I got wings. I can hover over it and pretend I'm riding it. Same thing.
Probably.
Sort of.
Oh, did we unmute? Yeah, we did unmute the stream. Just made sure. Okay. So y'all continue along the gate. You don't investigate anything.
Unless anything seems.
The only thing really is notice that there's more ripple bark if you wanted food or not.
No.
I think I say to ripple bark is for like building stuff, right?
No, it's wood. Food. It's a fleshy fungus that grows in like sheets.
I was thinking of a different mushroom then. That's like
you're thinking of Zerkwood. Zerkwood is the building mushroom, which there are literally two gigantic Zerkwoods right on either side of this passage.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing. Like,
do not.
Yeah, we'll stop.
This is their gate. Do not harvest their gate.
Yeah, just chop down their gate. Like, welcome to Twilight Grove, and you just cut down the sign that says welcome to Twilight Grove.
Stool just urges y'all forward and says, we're almost there, let's continue. And y'all, Alistair, you notice that there is a slight movement in one of the Zerkwoods, but it does not seem hostile. You just pass on by as it continues on.
Okay.
All right. You get close to the end of the day. Stool is ever more excited and continues on. And then you come across what looks like a mound of debris and detritus and different things that have been chewed up and spit out. Looks like something's been moving through here.
How many days have we been traveling on the road to here, by the way?
This would be the beginning of the 12th, or you're on the 12th day since you left.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, 12th day.
This lasts for how many days is it again? Is it 10?
The repose?
Yeah.
What are
Yeah,
you
it's
using
good.
it on?
Helix hand.
Oh yeah. I forgot that because that's in your position. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
He's
keeping
like,
track.
You know how many things I've had to keep from decaying around here?
Yeah.
Alistair, go ahead and make a perception check.
1 moment, please. Okay. Everybody. Oh, damn.
You
Nice.
quickly notice as that mound doesn't look quite right.
I halt everyone. Mound.
There's a mound which, at first, you're like, none, just everything seems awkward. But you notice that this mound almost has like visible shapes to it, like extensions of something. And you notice as it slowly begins to start shifting, just ever so slightly, you see a tremor in the dirt as this creature begins to.
It's a shambling mound. Oh, it's a.
Oh, fuck.
The fuck is that?
Alright, well, that's not a shambling mound. That's a demon crocodile with tentacles. Kraken crocodile. It's like
The
a
ground is
shambling
fucking
mound.
alive.
Like a shambling mound of moss, and it's like that shit. And I'm like, oh, that's not what I imagined.
And you hear there's another slightly ahead of y'all, covering the other passage as well.
Alright, time to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Stool? The fuck are these?
I don't know.
Alright, I'm rolling initiative. I'm gonna. Wait, they don't attack us yet.
Yeah, basically they're moving slowly, but his
They appear
alertness is
hostile?
keeping y'all.
Alright, well, it's bad.
By the look of their jowls, you may make that assumption.
Their jowl.
They're
They have
multiple
jowl.
tentacled
Not their
jowls.
Oh no, not the jowl.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be. Where's the?
These guys are not fun.
Oh boy. Time to burn a ton of spells. And them.
Yeah,
I don't
lots
feel
of
comfortable
things.
with moving fucking ground.
Alright, here we go. I got my
For
lion.
this purpose, we'll do the same thing every 5 feet. Their placement is their placement. Like
Everything just went black.
Yeah.
Scale has changed.
There you go.
Everything
I
went
got my
black.
lion.
Sorry, it's because I'm dragging your character on.
I have a lot of pets too.
It's Mufasa.
So I would say y'all are probably about 10 feet away from this creature when y'all begin to notice this.
Alright. Sorry,
Mufasa. All
This
right,
is
I'm
the
gonna give you
picture.
stats for
Keep
this
him away from
creature.
No, I can just roll off the token. I know what the stat.
I
can just look
cannot
it up.
see.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
It's okay.
Oh,
I
you
can just look
already
up the
put a
stats.
lion on there?
No, I'm just gonna look at the stats to roll deep.
Well, I could literally this token. I could literally make a character sheet real fast, but I'm not.
Alright,
gonna do that.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do
no,
that.
because I
You
roll
just-
every
you just
day. is
roll
different.
for the creature.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
I guess it gets its own initiative, correct?
It does. Yeah, it does. I guess I'll roll initiative.
It does. It would.
Yeah.
So just roll Sizzix initiative, and then
Yeah, I'm going to roll my initiative first. I feel like that's more important. There you go. And I will roll
Are you on the
initiative
screen
for...
yet? Or no.
No.
What's
Here,
the
I'll get you
lion's
on there.
initiative? Actually, I can actually roll the...
Touch's character.
It's Dex 2, so... Physics plus 2 Dex?
No,
It's
I don't
his. No,
think
he's
so.
plus 3, so I'll minus 1 from his.
Aha, there I am.
All right.
So 17.
So 7, or did you already put it on there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just changing.
All right, gotcha.
It'd be 17.1, 4, I think.
Yeah. So it'll go ahead of Alistair, because Alistair, what's your dex? +1?
+1, yeah.
Okay. Bronix, are you around here?
So he did his initiative, but he never hit his
Yay.
character.
What was his initiative? 21.1.
Yeah.
All right, here. I'll have to do it
Yeah.
for him. Bronix didn't heal himself either. He should be at 82 since he didn't take damage.
Yeah.
The good thing is at least Gentle Repose is a ritual. I don't have to worry about.
Alright, so
There's no
his is
spell.
actually 21. Alright, so... Bronix is
yeah.
first.
Are we doing 5 feet like last time, or are we doing like each square?
Yeah,
or-
everything's 5 feet. We're gonna go
Alright.
5 feet, just for
Normal.
simplicity's sake.
Alright, fair enough.
Oh my god, I gotta see who he's talking to. Matthew? Why don't you go to the car? Sorry about that delay. So Bronix is up. There's this multiple tentacled creature, or like tentacles with mouths on the end of them,
Charming.
looking quite snappy and hungry.
Alright, I'm gonna run over there and rage. And
I will do a free action to tell you to try to stay as Bob. That is. Say that.
do what?
Token timer. Turn timer disappeared for me.
Whatever.
Oh shit, what? There we go.
It's a 19 hit.
19 does hit.
That-
20 damage.
the
That
second
does not.
That's it.
So 20 damage. It doesn't let out like a roar, but almost like a gurgling growl.
A wet fart.
Yeah.
Got
Anyway.
it in your throat.
Let's see. Okay. And that's your attack. Navarre, you're up.
Okay.
5.
I think I will twin catapult some fire.
Okay. On
And
the
one at
2 different targets.
one at each. Yeah, one at each.
Alright, dex save, dex save. Fail and a fail. A 3 and a 4.
Nice.
So they take the bludgeoning damage and then d4 at the start of their turn.
Yep.
So 20 here. Okay. And the other one. Minus
I'm
12.
gonna empower that.
Okay.
And reroll that 3 and 2.
I need to put on some music.
That's better.
Alright, so increase by 5 and
20.
3.
So 20, yeah.
20.
20 on both.
Alrighty. I'm gonna put on some music real quick.
Just do it.
A 1 and a 4. For the damages. For the fire.
I'll go ahead and put them on right now, otherwise I'll forget. Minus 1 on this guy. And minus 4 on this guy.
So I currently cannot see them with my token linked.
Yeah, I gotta put on the adventure party then so you can see.
Oh yeah.
Put it in the wall.
If I put it in the wall, you won't be able to see. Alright. Top of line.
Lion boy. He will. I think he would just run and try to pounce. Yeah. He has to move at least 20 foot. I think 5, 10, 15. No, he can't. He has to move 100 feet. Yeah. No, he can't. So he's just move here, 10 feet, and he's just going to try to attack this thing in front of him. So he will do a attack, a roll it, plain one thing, slash, and he will do a bite. So slash will do 20 plus 5, 30.
That just misses.
And that is his turn. And I do I command is just them, not dog.
Alright. Alistair, you're up.
How badly damaged is the one next to that Bronix attack?
It's been hit twice, pretty chunk, but it's still going decently well. Pretty well, actually.
I'm going to start walking towards it as I clench my hand into kind of like a claw. And I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at it.
Alright. You approach the very large, 3-legged beast with 3 tentacles along its back. And you just smack him right across the chin with what you perceive as the chin with the nice Inflict Wounds. Alright. 24 necrotic damage.
Oh my god. That was a level 3. That's so bad.
You notice like part of it, like a third of its jaw just gets ripped off with necrotic decay immediately coming out. Start part of the teeth turn black.
Do higher level casts.
I don't know.
Various, you're up.
Yeah, I did warn you to not go near them. So you if this goes wrong, it's on you. I will now take Bronix's blood. I look over at Zizix, I'm like, it's time, my minion. This time. As I slowly drip the blood and force, the blood slowly pools and coagulates and starts drifting off into the center, and I shall summon a ton of rock in the middle of these two things.
Tanaruk.
Tanaruk.
Fuck did you do?
You friend, which no one liked, but I did. You'll see soon.
Let's see.
And you got your wish, Bronix, by the way. Just, it's all up stuff.
Where's my Tanaruk? Ah, there's my Tanaruk.
I shall paste a spell in the.
So right between the two, you see this 9-foot-tall, horned orcish figure with similar features to what you've seen before in the alleyways of Gracklstugh. It's actually the same exact one.
Yeah.
You hear him roar. Does he get an initiative?
Yeah,
or is it on your turn?
Rolls
All
initiative for it. When you summon it on each of your turns, you can issue a verbal command. So my command is
All right.
destroy these fiendish beings and
Alright,
slay them all.
descend. And right after you is this guy. Dog, stop doing that. Okay. There we go. I'm just trying to make sure I read this before I continue on. When you summon it on each turn, you can use it. Okay. So on your summoning, you get to do a command.
Yeah, I tell
And
it
then
to
on
basically.
each of your turns, you can do more commands.
Yeah,
At the end of
I
each of the
do it in a
demon's
roll, which is
turns,
like-
it makes a charisma save. It has disadvantage if you say its true name.
Yeah,
you
which
do
is
not.
what I was going to maybe do before this fight. Better if I do it in combat. So.
Do what in combat?
I'm gonna suggestion it, and I'm gonna make a deal with it to tell me its true name, so like summon it to this realm to wreak havoc on my foes.
All right, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
So
that's
currently,
my next... it
the
does do it.
creature, dog, leave me alone. Jesus Christ, this dog. He's going to multi-attack. All right, so the first attack is a bite on Bronix with a 23 to hit.
I hit.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Against... What do you do? Oh boy, okay. This is
That's
interesting.
a 1. Ouch.
So, against the disease or become poisoned until the disease is cured. Every 24 hours that elapsed, the creature must repeat the saving throw, reducing its maximum hit points by 1d10. So currently, you're diseased, which you get to wait till next day, unless it's cured. Okay, yeah. So you take 14 piercing damage, reduced to 7. And then you didn't attack recklessly, so you're okay, right?
Yeah.
So the second attack is a tentacle, which misses you. Then another tentacle comes in, is going to hit the Tanaruk for 23, so that
Not
is
so bad.
10 damage to the Tanaruk.
But he does have a reaction for that.
Yes, he does. We'll get to that here in a second.
With advantage, that's
And-
such bullshit. Well, I guess it's an orc. It's an orc, right? It's big. It's like Bronic 2.0, so...
Alright, so the tentacle misses you, Bronix, but you got bit and you got poisoned. Yeah. Yeah, you're poisoned right now. That sucks. So the Tanaruk, it's his turn, but he also gets the reaction from that. He gets his Unbridled Fury. He misses. Oh, wait. Advantage.
Disadvantage,
It's
yeah.
advantage. So,
No, he
That's-
gets it anyway because of the trait.
because of Unbridled Fury. So 8 slashing damage to that creature. Dog, I'm about to whip your ass. Get the fuck away from me. This dog is just... It must be raining outside or something because she's so scared. And now he's going to multi-attack and he's going to continue bashing this thing that dared to attack him. Okay. So this 9-foot medium creature, I know it sounds large, but he's 9 foot tall. He screams with a billowing rage and says, "You dare attack Ruktan!" and just cleaves on him and then bites onto one of his tentacles and then tries to
Not
drag
very
its
smart.
sword across on it, but misses the sword, but does a
It
decent
just
amount
said its real name.
Yeah, it did. It's not a bright
Not
creature.
Yeah, true. Well, that saves me my turn.
I literally freaking. He's got a -1 to it, so you know, just so you know, he's stupid. Does
Love
a
it.
significant amount of damage though. Not Bronix level damage, but still, holy crap, that thing is not looking good. This creature is going to come from behind Ruktan. Not very original, I know. Tanaruk Ruktan. And he's going to do a full flurry of attacks onto Ruktan.
No.
Biting him.
Yeah, it's his reaction. Take back, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
I like how the DM is just fighting his own creatures at this point.
I have no choice because he's in the way. God damn, this dog is pissing me off. He fails the con save, so he's poisoned. Does 10 piercing damage. Misses that. And then hits with that. So total of... Yikes. 26 damage on this guy.
Okay.
And... What's his name gets a save, right? From you, charisma save?
Yeah, but disadvantage, I know its name. Yay.
You have. Did you say its true name?
Well,
He
at least you
did,
know its
creature
name. Yeah, the creature just shouted out his name. He's like, I
Well,
shall
he
crush
got a
you.
16 for his charisma
has-
save. 17 minus 1.
Was that... Oh, it's normal, right? It counts as each other's out.
Huh?
Because he has disadvantage because of the thing, right?
That's when you command him.
Yeah, you have to
it
say you
says-
have to say its true name in order for it to
Oh,
have.
alright, well, yeah, next turn then. Anyway, he breaks 3
So-
then, 16.
But anyway,
It's fine.
this creature is now grappled though by the tentacle and restrained until the grapple ends. So he's restrained and grappled, and I think that's the top of the round. Bronix. Yeah. Bronix. Oh my god, I gotta see what he's doing.
Is it my turn? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You keep disappearing.
I was talking. Shut up. 17 hit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. And
Oh
then
boy.
is it dead? Can be.
Nope. Nope.
20 does hit.
It's a big chunk.
There you go.
It's dead after that.
Okay, that's one less enemy. That's it.
All right. It's
I can't really
got
get
a
to the
bonus
other one,
action.
can I? But I can throw a javelin. Suck javelin.
Okay. That hits as
Nice.
well. So 8 piercing damage on this guy. All right. Navarre, you're up.
All right. Fucking Christ. No.
House phones should
Alright.
not exist.
Yeah. I should really just get rid of. I should really just disconnect it.
Yeah. Alrighty.
It's just a nuisance at this point. Let's see here. I shall cast Fireball. Yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw a Fireball, hitting the fucking tentacle creature and Rook 10.
All right. That's gonna hurt.
Yep.
Where you hit? Because that's going to hit other people. Where you hitting it?
Behind it.
So the big creature fails. Rook 10 gets
And
advantage.
I'm
He
gonna.
rolls a natural 20.
Oh wow. I'm gonna empower that. Oop. And then
You're gonna empower that? Oh my god.
I mean, there's a 1 and 2 2s, so... Yeah.
yeah, there's a 1 and 2 2s, so it's like it's 3d6. Good dice roll that is.
Hey,
That's better.
better.
Let's see.
Plus 5 more damage.
You can roll up to your modifier, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
You're
I
not gonna
wanna-
roll that. Re-roll a 3. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I don't want to re-roll a 3.
So you gained 4? Oh,
+1 on a 2, +3 on the 1. Or no, 4. Who's Matt?
yeah, 4. So 35 damage,
Yep.
and he gets half of that because he succeeded. So 17. The creature fails, taking out a significant chunk. All right. Y'all notice with the combustion within this chamber, slowly start to see rocks begin to crumble from above.
Shit.
All right, Lion.
Lion will. Oh, that's the took. Lion boy will move there and yes, try to bite.
Bite which one? 'Cause I don't think it could reach the other guy.
You know?
Okay, the demon.
Yeah, I don't know the way.
Yeah, it's pretty narrow.
I'm
but
ending concentration
you know what,
on the
because he's big, and obviously he has to be able to fit through there. I would say he can get within range.
Okay, thank you. Hey.
That hits.
Did you roll
Yeah.
the? Hilton, did you roll
spell
the
one,
d6 for the end of concentration?
Do I roll it or does he roll it?
You.
All right.
What concentration?
Okay.
If you stop concentrating, an uncontrolled
I roll a
does
d6.
disappear for 1d6.
Yeah, but it would be on my turn, so that's why I was just waiting for it to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just number.
Anyway, he takes 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage on the.
Oh,
big
yeah,
dude.
it's
All right, Alistair, you're up.
Isn't Bronix diseased?
yeah.
Yes, technically he is diseased. You wouldn't necessarily know that though yet.
Okay, true.
Not yet.
I'd have to inspect him later. I will cast Toll the Dead then on the ground alligator.
Ground alligator.
Oh.
Rolls a 6, so yeah, he's taking that full 13.
Still damage.
All right, still going. He's doing really poorly. So you end your
Yay.
concentration on that
Yeah.
spell. You have your action, obviously.
Yeah, D6 for that. I don't know how rounds it is, but I shall. Well, necrotic seemed to do it, so I did see Alistair touch it, so I shall just try to pull the dead that. Oh, yeah, pull.
All right.
Trying to one up me.
Yeah, but I didn't. Like I said, toll the dead is my spell.
Okay, so let's do a
Done more
save.
damage with his flat hand today.
Oh, no, not with an 18 plus 1.
Yeah, there you go. Like I said,
I'm
it's just not my
sorry.
spell.
These rolls are insane against you.
I know, I have the higher DC, but it doesn't matter. It's not my spell.
All right, this
It's
creature
it's not my spell.
is going has what's his name wrapped up. He's going to try and tentacle slam him. Oh no, he has to hold on. He has to get another creature up. So never mind, he can't do that. He needs to attack, multi-attack. So he's going to bite your lion for 16 piercing damage.
Down to 10 HP.
Then he's going to. What's the AC of the lion?
40.
Okay, so he's gonna miss a
No, it's
tentacle
12.
attack.
It's 12. It's too greedy.
He's still gonna miss a tentacle attack. He rolled an 11, which would have killed him if he hit. And then he missed on the Tanaruk. So the Tanaruk is going to. Oh wait, he didn't get a reaction. So all right, now Tanaruk is still here for this round, and
Closest non-demon.
that's gonna be a roll between the three of y'all. 1, D3.
This
One
range,
is
so-
Alistair, two's Lion, and the creature is... so he's gonna hit the lion.
It's strange.
I mean, yes, they're fighting amongst themselves.
He's restrained, so he's got disadvantage.
It's a 12 AC. He's probably killing.
Nat 1, 16,
Oh my
nat
God.
1. He's flailing around. You see the tentacle like lifting him up again, and you hear like you know how like a voice comes close to you and then gets thrown away. It's like he just gets thrown everywhere. He's trying to swing his
Doppler
axe and
effect.
bite him. Just no effect at all. Bronix, you're up.
Alright, can I even get through there? There's like two big old dudes sitting there.
Technically, the Tenaruk is in the air, being restrained and grappled by this creature.
We're gonna do reckless great weapon. Oh god. That's
Let's see. How would you like to do this?
That's a lot of damage.
as the Tenaruk's being grappled, I just run right underneath him, bellowing, and then I slam it like in the chest of this creature, and then as I'm sitting there with it standing, I just start pushing forward and splitting its breastplate open as his heart just spills out.
Wow. So yeah, you just see Bronix like get a nice swing and push through, and the creature's so massive that he can't really necessarily cut it in two. So what you instead see is like a bench being broken in two as it falls, and half its bones are broken in on its body, and the tentacles fall, and the Tenaruk stands up. All right, that creature's dead. Navarre, you're up.
Alright,
Ronix
now
can still do his turn if he wants. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Technically, Bronix, you still
you
have
can
two
still
more.
continue your turn.
Wait, there's something else here we can't see.
The
Tenaruk
Tenaruk.
is no longer under my control.
Oh, it's not? Oh.
No.
Yeah, we
Back.
can kill that.
Oh shit. Well, I killed
You get an extra attack. Yeah,
That's
yeah, you did crit.
Alright,
Yeah, I killed
so that's minus 28. He's not looking good, but he's going
yes,
to
he is.
use his Unbridled Fury to react with a great sword. And did you? Oh, that was still miss, even with Reckless. 15. So he misses his reaction. Navarre, you're up.
Alright, so
We got it, kids. Come on.
and
Stop!
uh,
Or I'll throw this.
You think we're playing games, kid?
catapult and acid
This is for real.
Okay.
onto him.
Baby, don't hurt it. It doesn't mean anything. It
Alright.
hasn't done anything evil.
He's got advantage on magical effects.
Thing flying at him.
It's a magical spell. It's definitely can count. So you rolled a 20, so you're gonna hit Bronix.
No, I'm not.
Your roll, it's a straight line.
I'm behind it.
God
Good man.
damn it. Now you've
Dex
done it, you
30, he
little
dodged out of
bastard.
the way.
Yeah, he dodged out of the way
Oh,
and
still, you little
I
fuck.
aimed it,
Yeah,
so
but
it wouldn't hit it.
it's based off of squares. If that line intersects with that square, it's gonna hit what's in that square.
Fine then. You can hit the
Onyx is alive.
lion.
Oh, the lion? Okay.
Just you wait till I
Alright,
get
lion, deck save.
Oh no. I don't have the life yet, but his dex is actually okay. And by okay, I mean busted.
Wow, that is the weakest catapult I've ever seen.
Oh, he's alive.
He's alive with 1 HP.
Yeah.
But there's acid.
No, he's not.
Oh,
There's
why did you
acid.
do that? My liar.
You
You
got
just
hit
watch-
with acid.
Who are you?
It poofs into like a dust, but also like it's like a green
Why know you're not one of
smoky
them?
dust, like straight up Butcher,
Yeah,
Wicked
it's
Butcher of the West.
Yeah. Like dust mites and just disappear.
All right, Alistair, you're up.
Just the demon left then.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't hurt him. He's a good boy. I swear.
No,
Well, bullets.
He's already used his reaction, so that's a good thing.
I guess I'll try and hit him with my hammer.
That hits. Most,
Nice.
and you would have advantage technically because Bronix.
Oh yeah. Hammer damage. So 5 bludgeoning.
5 bludgeoning damage. Still up, but he looks at you roughly.
So there's your family?
Well,
There's no
that-
space behind. Well, no, that wouldn't matter.
No,
Um,
tall man got my
I
family.
guess I'll just try and shove him
These are just
into the
scavengers
wall.
trying to hurt me.
Why not? For
Alright.
only a 10.
Sundown.
Only a 10.
We gotta
I'm
get
just gonna
inside.
use.
What's the rush?
Let's see.
He said the tall
He has
man
a-
had moved on.
So
He doesn't have athletics, but he does have a +4 to strength.
Things.
He rolled a 7.
Wall check, motherfucker.
So you kind of push him into this wall. I don't know if y'all can still see him on y'all screen.
you can see most of it.
But yeah,
Oh,
you
my
push him into the
child.
wall. He's kind of like his legs are
Alright,
buckling.
Reggie,
He's
well,
real
there's
weak.
just all kinds
but,
of stuff in
he's
part
still there.
3.
Various-
First, we got 3
I'm gonna
Contour
just
style
control your
puppet
damn
rockers
I
who
know,
who
my
lock you in the
child.
trunk. You know, then we
No,
got a
and I
little
shall run up
10-year-old
to him, and I
Rambo
shall
Home
try to
Alone
knock the
kid
case
who
in.
turns out to be your best friend.
Wisdom.
And the whole
Wisdom
thing is in
save
this
at
burned out
advantage,
town
'cause-
that
or
looks
is
like
that
it was hit
natural
by
or
an
is that magic?
earthquake and a nuclear attack and a
It's a wizard
240-day
ability,
outdoor
so
rock
it's a wisdom
concert without
save,
enough
so I
porta
think it's
potties.
magic.
You know, you guys kind of
yeah,
went
I would
wild.
consider that
It would
magic.
be
Since-
magic.
You know, this one was wild, don't you think?
Alright.
Yeah,
He rolled a
thought
7 and a
so.
7.
And
so
you know, we actually
He is now
we
incapacitated and
found a
can't move, and I'm just gonna
town, an
stroke him
actual
on the head
town,
like,
just a kind of a it was
"It's
a
okay."
one-street town, and
Daddy,
yeah,
to the
pretty
gun.
much
Tore it
dead.
up?
And I'll just do
Pretty
that
much
until he
dead,
creeps away.
and that's
So,
when we're like
right-
we're walking on the wooden
Just literally, I rolled a 1 on the
sidewalks and
D6.
stuff. That the one
Oh.
scene
Right as
with,
you go to touch his
where
face
the tall man is walking
stroke
down
him,
the
you
sidewalks,
see
and
this
he's
like
kind of, it's kind of slow
the
motion.
stone that he's already
just
up
clomp,
against begins to
clomp,
crack, and there's
clomp.
a visible
It's so
portal
eerie,
of dark
you know,
energy with
because
a little bit of reddish
it's
tint
just this town where nobody
cracks open
lives.
into the,
Yeah,
the
okay.
wall,
Well,
and he
I
gets sucked
never
in,
would've
and you
known
don't even
that
hear
all
him
of this
scream
is
because
in
he's
Oregon.
he's
The story is
hypnotically
in Oregon.
incapacitated.
I
And
read
you
that
just see
somewhere.
the
Yeah.
wall
These
snap
movies are
back
all in
into
Oregon,
place
right?
as
Is
the
that right?
They
demonic
were
portal
supposed
has
to be.
been
Yeah. And
removed
did you
from this
ever
plane.
once film a single scene in Oregon?
You'll be missed.
Kind of
Okay.
like
Remember you.
Well, you
Route
probably
10
have
is no
more
more.
screen time than any other Phantasm actor. Go back to the beginning. Tell me how you got involved with
Well,
this. First of all,
that
you
is
came
into
back
combat.
from the, was it the
I shed
Army?
a
Were you in the
tear.
Army? Navy?
Yeah,
Army.
Army,
In Vietnam?
Yeah.
You came back
Really
from Vietnam.
original.
Yeah, I made it.
So
That would explain
around
how you
the-
do look
let me
like you
put
know
the-
what you're doing when you have any kind of
Dead.
weapon in.
you're dead. You're dead.
Everyone did.
So you'll continue along with your time.
A little while to
And
get my bearings,
you
you know,
reach
back into society
a
after
tunnel.
Vietnam. And then I did.
At this
and I
point,
started,
Stool is,
I
you know,
actually
visibly
got into
excited.
A
He's
friend
like,
of mine,
he's shuffling on Bronix's
got me
back.
into a group.
You
He
were
says,
doing
"We're here,
kinda
we're here, we're
California
here,"
folk
because he
rock
puffs
type
his
Yeah,
spores.
yeah, it
you
was
know.
folk rock.
This
And
is
then
the
you meet
entrance
Don
to the-
Coscarelli. Now, what did
to
you
the
think
Fungal
of that?
Wilds.
Well, it
We're
was
literally
interesting
right
because
outside the doors, but
Don happened to see me. I
y'all
was
look
at
like you could use a
Long Beach
breather.
City College.
It
He
has
saw
been
me in
towards the
a
end of the
play.
day.
I played
Obviously,
this guy
you could
who
push
answers
forward,
an
but
ad
you would push
for
forward without
a roommate.
with the,
And
would
it
be
turns
considered
out
March.
that my character is gay.
So here would
as
be a long
can be.
rest. If you wanted to,
Flamboyantly
or you could
gay.
push forward.
And I end up stripping down to pink panties and dancing around the
Okay.
stage.
And
And
because you're also gay, or
Bronix,
you like the
your
fact that he's gay, or
cleric
you're
is
trying to impress
peeking
him that
over your
you
shoulder.
you're not prejudiced against
I
gay
really
people?
no. And the
He's infected by the
Fine, approaching
microphone
that without
mushroom.
permission.
Am I infected?
You currently have a
don't know, I'd like
disease
to
from
check.
the Otoya,
Oh yeah. Okay. I think
but you don't know this yet.
That bite wound looks nasty.
You're the cleric.
Ain't got time to bleed. Alright.
I'll inspect.
Alright, go ahead and do a medicine check. Yeah, that's enough. You can see that the teeth marks.
We
There's
have
like
some
a visible
lazy-ass
residue
shutter
of some
lawyers
sort
who
of
don't want to bother to go fight with Don Coscarelli over the
injury
fee
inflicted
for singing the
disease,
song on the
maybe
air.
like a
So,
almost like a
that, you know, that's
what's
the
it called
only
Komodo
musical
dragons
interlude
type
in
saliva
any of the
that seems like it
Phantasm
could
movies,
easily
right?
get infected
That's
and cause an issue. And you can already see that it's setting in.
Okay. I guess before we take our rest, I'll try and clean it up, and if I need to, cast Lesser Restoration on it.
Yeah, this would require a lesser restoration, but not with you wouldn't need a check considering.
We're too busy to work out those rights.
All right, so no disease for Ronix, which reduces your health literally by 1d10 every day. So I need watch checks for everyone around.
I'll probably be sitting up with Alistair since he's going to be curing my wounds.
Yeah. Guess we do
Okay.
first watch.
First watch for y'all too. Perception check each of y'all.
I also want to work on more dust.
Not terrible.
Okay, I'm back.
One of the first one's taken.
Hey!
I'll be rolling for percent.
You're gonna meet the new owners
Watch
of the
order.
cemetery.
And
With
I'll do
They found
second
him the next morning in
again
a ditch.
with all the.
Said it was a heart attack.
with that jeweler check there, I'll go ahead and let you make 20 gold worth of silver powder, and it will cost you only 35 gold worth of silver to make it.
Do you have enough silver pieces?
Wait. What?
350 coins, basically, to do.
So
Yeah,
basically,
I have 530 silver.
yeah. You made
how much?
20 gold worth out of that with that check you're able to make 20 gold worth, and it only cost you 35 gold worth of silver to make that 20 gold worth. So
I have 180 silver.
instead of it being you basically got like a whatever 1/8 discount. So
I can give
you should be at 30 gold worth of powdered silver total.
Yeah.
I can keep some silver if you need a bit more to do another 20, something like that.
All right.
I have 1,077 silver.
Oh yeah, you have way more than me. I only have like a couple. I only have like 100. So you're way more silver than I do. That's like 100 gold in silver right there. That's a lot.
So that's Barry's second watch. Who will be taking third watch?
Oh, I guess I will with all of that.
Okay.
Oh,
And who's gonna do fourth watch?
so that would be another day, right, after this night.
Yes.
This is that day.
Fire!
Food, so we don't need to take a ration out.
Yeah! $23.
Yeah, that's a success.
How much materials did you buy?
Is that only one?
Yeah, it's
narrowly
all-
succeed.
I think he bought a lot of materials because he's doing it like every rest.
Yeah, he bought a shit ton.
I bought 50 units worth of ingredients.
He literally bought 40 pounds worth of ingredients.
Damn, it's like 500 or 1,000 for gold.
So your backpack is full of nothing but acid and firemen.
Yeah. Which each one weighs a pound, by the way.
Yeah.
No, it's 0.4. Each thing is 0.4 of a pound.
Well, no. The actual vial weighs a pound. And once you complete it with everything, it makes a pound.
Yeah, that's why.
The materials are let's see. Perception check. Who's fourth watch? I guess I'll just have some randos do it.
I thought Ronix rolled it. So he rolled perception.
He was first watch with Alistair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, him and Alex. Okay, back.
Okay.
I'll have
Jim Jar.
physics.
Jim Jar.
Physics will watch with the
Ooh, Jim Jar. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do what he wants, right? He's bored. Jim just fun.
Hey, Jim.
Hey,
Jim Joe's gonna practice throwing daggers at Sizzix. No, just kidding.
We can all get behind that.
Ziz can do a scare or make run away in fear.
Anyway, so the night goes by uneventfully. You wake up the next day, and while many passages do lead this way towards Neverlight Grove, you have nevertheless found the main entrance. These are the tunnels that you've been watching. Some have been narrow, some have been large, some have been coated in different vibrant fungi, some have been coated in enemies, and some have yielded some valuable resources. But your only one natural tunnel actually leads to where your destination goes, and you are about to enter the city, or not city, the area. So I'm going to move y'all to Neverlight Grove.
Out of the wild.
Okay. Now each square, large square, like y'all are on small squares, but each of these large squares is 10 feet. The area you are in is now known as the Fungal Wilds. It is a fungal kind of growth area. It is incredibly vibrant. You see, upon entering the grove, you finally leave the horrors of all the Underdark that you've been struggling to get past. You see that there's dimly lit lichen growing along these walls, but as you move forward, it's kind of like a hidden gem of the Underdark. It's very much reminds you of the mushroom grotto that y'all found that one little treasure hoard in. It is very beautiful and serene.
What the heck was that?
Yes. Everything looks alien to you, but it's still gorgeous nonetheless.
How are these squaring?
What?
Or is it just 5 feet normal? So like a normal.
Each small square is 5 feet, but the large squares are 10 feet. But the access tunnel opens above the grove's main floor, where you're at. You see a panoramic view of a mushroom forest ahead of you, in almost like the pools are very swamp and bog like, but mushrooms covers every surface. I mean, the ceiling, which is illuminated in the same Ormu bioluminescent fungi. You have a brilliantly colorful different patterns of pinks, blues, purples. It's a mosaic of color. But yeah, you are here. Stool wants to guide you forward.
Sure.
Once I find him.
Oh, we actually see a token. Yeah.
Does he really need a token? He's just riding me all the time anyway.
You gotta let him free.
He kind of shuffles off of you.
He can walk now? What the fuck?
He's been able to walk this whole time, but he walks so slow. He walks 10 feet per round.
Yeah.
That's why you've been carrying him, because you can carry him without any detriment. He's practically growing on you in hopefully more ways than one.
Check for spores.
Do you have mushrooms on your neck too?
Let's see. As y'all look around, y'all see multiple different conclaves of myconids moving around. They're shuffling around, doing different tasks that you're not quite sure what they're doing, but they seem to all be ordered in some way, whether it's just by happenstance that this is their current duty, or if they are, communal in nature. You're unsure what their society is like yet. But Stool pushes forward slowly, as he is, pointing out and saying, "Oh, this is where we do this, and this is where that has happened. I haven't been here in so long. He pushes around the pool, and then eventually you get to a.
Alistair, you can walk to your turn.
I can.
Just go over the
Eventually, you get to this large fungal mound, surrounded by these giant circwood trees, but they're uprooted and they seem to move like giant tree ant mushrooms. Let's see.
God, what if we use
Music, by the way. Still bad.
Oh, still battle music. You should have played them when I loaded in here. The new thing. Where's my?
Looks like we caught ourselves a fish, girlfriend.
Yeah, I have automatic playlists when I load into things, but it didn't go.
Didn't go.
What's the problem?
Neverlight Grove. Here we are.
I don't want to leave the water.
Finally, you there. You could drown your face in it and you can breathe.
So, Stool gets to the mound. He notices that there's one figure that he recognizes and one that he does not. These two are large mushrooms, larger than y'all have seen that have moved anyway. One of them is strange looking. He's got multiple shelves of fungus along his body. He seems cordial enough as he starts to introduce himself. Where's my notes on Philo? Yes. So, the large one on your left moves up and he gives off his reports for us. Oh, you brought surface soft dwellers here. How are you doing? Anyways, here y'all's response.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's talking to you directly.
Okay.
We found the small one with us. He was captured by the crowd. Yeah, and we brought him back to his home.
Oh, that is very kind and unusual.
Well, as you have already said, we are not from the Underdark. It's not that uncommon above.
People on the surface have common decency. You know, we don't kidnap random sentient
Says
mushrooms.
the demon.
At least not in the demon world, we don't. In the demon world, we don't capture mushrooms.
You're not even from this place.
I can tell that you're foreign to the melding that occurs with our spores. I can hear all of you.
Oh, we
yes.
know, we're just dumb and hawk-like blonde-haired.
It's just odd.
We still don't quite get the concept.
Well, it's a common thing in the stuff.
It's been useful, but it is very alien to us.
Well, we are very welcome to newcomers, especially with the festivities that are planned soon.
Oh, yeah. Are you doing a party for like a welcoming party for Stool here?
Well, that is a reason to celebrate, yes. But no, that is the lady. The lady is soon to be joined.
I'm just like, fuck.
Yes, joined. The concept
Yes.
is foreign to us Myconids since we do not do these things, but I believe they call it matrimony.
Oh,
But the late, what did he say? The last bit?
matrimony
Oh,
is the
I'm
bonding
like,
of two souls.
Marriage,
What's up?
idiots.
I'm like, so the
Why would
lady
your
isn't like your
people-
deity, so you don't normally do this. He's making you do this, or doing it for the lady.
We do this out of joy. We are so excited.
But why? How is she special?
She is everything. Since she arrived, we have been so excited for everything she has shown us.
What
Right.
is she being bonded to?
Yeah, who's she
Well,
marrying?
I do not know of the thing they speak of when they talk of her joining, but someone or something called Arumaikos.
Does that ring a bell for me?
That's something you
If it's
Would that ring a
impossible,
bell
I
for
would.
anyone?
Do a history check.
You know, I can't really talk about that, Joe.
This is what happens when
but
you
I had a
spend
lot,
20
didn't
years
I?
of your
Yeah,
life
you did have a lot.
backstory,
See, this is why the
researching,
fans of
doing
the
a job which
franchise
involves
call
really-
this the "What the Fuck" sequel. Because it has so
22.
many twists, it sort of boggles the imagination. And in fact,
Well, you
it
haven't
had a
heard
very
the
limited
name.
theatrical run. Most people
You
saw
have
it on
heard
video.
of
Isn't that correct?
a great
and the reason for the limited theatrical run, according
fungal
to the
body,
studio, was, quote,
which may be
disagreements
what you're
with Don
talking about,
Coscarelli.
what you're thinking.
Now, this is kind of a recurring theme in Don's life.
She's
Creative
marrying
differences.
some.
Don is tough on his,
she's
on
marrying
his
another
stuff,
fungus.
you know, and what he
from-
wants, and he
I
has
guess
a lot
it's,
of
you know,
creative differences.
Just two fungus people
We
getting
would
married.
jam ideas
They must hold like
over
some
the script.
stats.
See, I don't know if
before
you're
we'd
if
shoot
this
a
is in
scene.
character or out of
And,
character.
you know, every time I've
No,
worked
this
with
is in
Don, it's
character. I'm
been
just
like
like,
this.
oh, it's the
all the
so
way
they're
back
just marrying
to
each other.
Jim
like
of the
two
World's
fungus, then.
Greatest, you know.
Guess that's,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
One of the
Yes,
reasons I
we-
like working with Don is because I can do that
It
with
will
him.
happen soon.
You know,
We
I
are
get the
preparing.
script, you know, I memorize my lines and stuff like that,
By
but
the way,
then I
when
flash
did
on
this
other
lady-
stuff.
How
And I
long
go,
has it
oh yeah,
been
that's really cool. How about
introduced herself?
you do that and then we'll do this other stuff
Since
too.
she seems to
And we
be
just,
many
it's great
cycles. We
because
So it's a collaboration that you
Long
trust and
It
you've
is.
time, I don't
worked
know.
with for years.
you
yeah.
betcha.
And all right,
Like, it's
well,
don't do time travel.
we're at the point in the movie where you're letting this
Oh,
kid
no.
drive the CUDA. Kevin Connors is the kid.
Well, you know what? Me and
this
my
pretty
friend are
much
going to put a
Kevin's
hand
only
on
movie, I
on
think,
Alistair's and
but he's a great actor.
We
Did
would
you get
be
along well with
delighted to
Kevin?
join you for this
Yeah.
festivity.
Each film has been like a
we
family.
would
That's what
very
every
much like to
Phantasm
join
actor
you
always
and know
says, yeah.
all about
Really, I
the
can
good
imagine that
under my
because
breath, I'm
it's
gonna mutter
true.
bad that may come of it.
We
It
just
will
really
be
get
a
along.
fantastic
See, this would explain the whole
day.
Don Coscarelli creative
You
differences
know-
thing, because
that
he's
is so
talking to people
wonderful.
outside the
The day of joy
family,
is nigh.
and it's different from talking to people
It is.
inside the
Yes,
family.
Joy. I can
All
see
right.
it in my future.
All right,
I
back
can
to the
see
movie.
a
And
golden...
Reggie, by the way,
I
something
need
just
all of
happened
you
in
to
this
make a
movie.
wisdom set.
Oh,
You would not get a child involved in your attempts to get laid,
I
would
see
you?
gold in my
Never.
future. Such
I didn't think so.
shiny.
Okay.
never.
Is this a magic thing or is this just innate? I'm gonna ask you every time.
That's 6.
Is this?
And
like I
we
said,
all
is this
pass
based-
out.
It's not
Or is it
magic,
like-
no.
All right. I was just gonna
Bronix?
ask every time.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Bronix
17.
go.
All three of you begin to dance, and
Oh,
a
Joe.
couple Myconids join in. But Bronix is sitting there. What the fuck?
Oh man.
Navarre, how do you make this stop?
You don't.
Philo begins to like shuffle his head. He says, "Oh yes, rejoice in the true union that will meld us all." And he begins to kind of slowly teeter back and forth, almost like a dance.
I'm
It's
gonna
pretty
whisper in
large.
you. I'm gonna whisper in your ears. I'm like, it's not too late to back out of bet. Oh,
Yes,
he
I say
is.
this still while dancing. Is the lady here? May we see her?
I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know. He says.
I guess she'll
Alright,
be
Joe,
there for the
can
wedding,
only
right?
See her through the dreams.
Oh, you know of the dreams.
Well,
Wait.
not totally, but
Wait, you've been
Stool
having
and
dreams
her.
too?
We were
Oh, man.
informed by some others that we met of your kind that told us of the lady, and we had
Oh.
accepted her gift.
Oh,
Picture
gift
that.
bearers,
The
yes.
three of us facing down the forces of
We
evil.
had a troop of Myconids arrive a few cycles ago. Foosbar and a few others.
That is
Perhaps these are the Myconids you speak of?
I believe so, yes.
They said that in our meldings that they encountered some unusual softers like yourselves. So I assume this is the ones you speak of. They spoke of.
Yeah, they accepted the lady's gift. Yeah.
And he did too, unwillingly.
Well, I don't know how I did it. You probably. This is what happens when you brush off on.
I'm pretty
brush
sure
off
it
on
was.
me.
I have a feeling it was those the fungal monsters.
It was clearly hanging. This is the problem with dragons. They bring nothing but problems. First they, get your wife. First they get your wife killed. Second of all, your wife is a dragon. And third of all, they give you fungus infection. So, three reasons why.
I grab Barry's neck, bitch, like right in his face.
I mean, I'm not gonna harm you with anything, so I won't do anything. I'll be like, hey, it's a fun game. Don't worry. It's only 99% true.
So, the Sovereign, which you've noticed with the multiple caps, who's been speaking with you, he says, regardless, you are safe, friendly softers. You arrive at a wondrous time, as I said. For Neverlight Grove is on the verge of something great, something marvelous. And celebrate as the day of the joy is nigh. We invite you to stay.
How long is it till the wedding? Because
the joining.
Very soon, very soon.
How many? Is it like 1 or 2 cycles?
Maybe not that soon.
Oh, I can stay for a couple nights. I mean, I would like to rest at least on some nice fungus beds. I guess you do have like beds, right?
What's a bed?
Okay.
You guys
No,
have a city of sort. Do you trade or do you live peacefully amongst yourselves?
We meld for certain amounts of time after we go through our day. Or let's see.
Okay,
So,
basically we found the fucking hippies.
yeah, you basically found hippies. They don't necessarily have an organized day. They do things in spans of threes. Like, so they have a 8-hour day of socialization, or not day, an 8-hour period of socialization, an 8-hour period of doing small things that help build up the community, and then an 8-hour day or 8-hour time of rest.
Okay.
So that's their cycle. It's very repetitive and boring, if you will.
I guess they enjoy it. Yeah.
I mean, when y'all walk through, I mean, y'all notice that this area has been cultivated for several decades. You see the pale cream and beige stalks that grow thick and tall, the look like forest figures. These are the Zerkwoods that y'all are familiar with. Fungal growth is everywhere, and every protrusion of rock, there's growth on it. It's kind of hard to even like navigate the area because there's so much stuff covering everything. You're not sure how they get through, but the giant caps of the Zerkwood kind of obscure your view of the ceiling, so you can't really see the ceiling, but you do notice that there's like a shimmer of this bioluminescence coming through the canopies of these mushrooms. But everything it smells terrible. Like it smells like decay. The floor is soggy. You hear water trickling everywhere. But you notice that there are several terraces on the side that seem to house different sections of maybe actual things that they have purpose for. You're not sure. There's every type of fungus you've ever seen in here. It's a abundance of everything.
Could I ask?
It's so quiet though. That's the one thing that's always weird. There's no sound other than the sound of water trickling and the melding voices in your head.
I was going to ask the leader about the fungus zombies we encountered. They were like, Stool told us of some certain fungus that you use on the deceased to reanimate them and, aid you in harvesting, maintaining the crops and stuff. But the group we encountered, from my personal professional opinion, was not of this world. Clearly not of this world. It was something clearly different. You know of such a fungus that exists, or because I don't know. In the surface, that's that's very.
I would imagine that everything is alien to you down here.
Well, he is right. Right. Well, do you know of this fungus? Is there anything you can tell me about it?
Well, we use certain funguses to recover soft bodies and use them as cultivation tools for more bodies.
Is there a reason you do it? Are your people not able to do it? Why would you use bodies of another species that doesn't know your ways?
Well, we do not kill them. They come here and some of them die, and we recover the bodies around the fungal mushroom roads or the caverns and expanded areas, and we bring them here to be reused.
Is it possible for it to infect a living creature? Me and my friends were in close proximity with those creatures. Could we be infected, per se?
No.
I don't like
You
the
are
way
safe.
he said that.
You are safe. We already promised you safety.
Words are wind.
What?
I would like to insight, but I don't know how to insight a voice in my head.
You could try.
Thumbs up. You got it.
High roll.
Hey.
Of course it's a fucking eye roll.
Yay.
Okay. Let's see. This is technically deception, so
Can it roll higher than 25?
One of those
can't
alerts.
really
Let me
beat
just give people
25,
some
yeah.
advice. Do not be in Best Buy when they do a
it's not
test
that
of the
you can
National
tell
Wireless
intent,
Emergency Alert
it's just
System.
more like
You're still going to be
hesitance to
feeling that
reveal.
3 days later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's different than it's not like you normal insight where you tell people's emotions, their ticks, their different tells. This is different. This is more like you're trying to go by context. Your context clues are
Seeing I can sense anything out of its mind the way
it just seems blank, emotionless, other than happiness. Stool is kind of trying to shuffle away a little bit.
Well, I guess that's all we have to ask. We return. Like to rest if you don't mind. Maybe we shall partake of your festival.
Where is the main festivities? Yeah, where is the main
Stool,
festivities
is
being
there a
held?
place that you could take us that would be comfortable to our likings? You've traveled with us.
Let's see. Let me check where he would take you. Yes. He kind of like directs himself towards the south. And he says, up there, perhaps. He's basically, there's like a path that you can take off to the right. Let me point over here that you can get onto this terrace. You can't see it there currently, but she kind of points you that direction, or he, or it. Technically, they're it's. They don't have a gender.
No other need for us, sovereign.
He or it, Philo. Thank you for joining us, offers. The day of joy is nigh. If you have any more questions, talk to me or the other sovereign, Basidia. Perhaps either one of us could help.
The big guy we're talking to?
Huh?
Basidia, is that the big guy we've been talking to?
The purple one.
The purple one.
You're talking to the big one, the brown one.
Yeah, who's Basidia though?
The other one.
Okay, well, I asked Basidia.
I don't have a place for her because there's really not. There's a lot of map going.
All right. But yeah, I was gonna ask where is the main location that the location of the event is happening? Because wouldn't everyone have to go there walk, because it's a really long time to walk.
Oh, he turns around and says, "Oh well, the Eastern Plateau is guarded for now, but soon we will have a wondrous and glorious surprise prepared for everyone. In the Garden of Welcome."
I understand that you broke up for it, but the gist of it is they'll have a way to get there.
What? Well,
I
they
also
can. It's literally in the area. He's being vague on.
Oh, it's just in the okay. I'm like, all right, I guess.
Tell us.
He looks over and says, "How about you rest for today, and tomorrow I will give you a peek the next day if you like."
Yep.
Sure.
Sarah is like, I think he's trying to say yes. the drow that's with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can spend the day or night.
But yeah, Sarah is basically saying, let's just be friends with them for now, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I was just wondering because they're really slow.
Well, that's just how they talk.
Reg, we gotta get Mike now.
Honestly, Varys, you're being a little bit too skeptical.
I could be as skeptical as I want. I have my reasons, okay? If you have a problem, you can raise that.
What reason? And what reason?
You have a problem.
I could be in a bar and have hot dro chicks in my bed right now. So shut up.
Well, I forgot the reason why, but I'm standing by my decision because I'm a stubborn asshole. So
I have an axe.
That's the reason. Exactly, he has an axe. So thumbs up. If you wanna prove me wrong, you can raise the bet. I can go as high as like 1,000 gold if you want. I don't care.
I don't know what the bet
I
is.
never agreed to the bet.
You did agree to it. I have it down.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you did. You and Alistair
Damn.
were like, yeah, we'll fucking do that. It's free.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's free money.
Philo basically turns and says, "In the meantime, I suggest you speak with the heads of the circles. They can perhaps ask for help if they need any, and if you are willing to give it. And then tomorrow we can reconvene for your questions."
Okay.
But he basically directs you over, like he points. Well, he can't really point. He doesn't, his figure's a little weird, but he points around to several different areas around the cavern grotto. One to your direct south is the Circle of Hunters, and then that's on the eastern edge of the fungal wilds, which is what you cross through to get through here. This area of about 50 square feet or whatever. And then he nods up to the northern terrace, which is to your left if you're looking towards Philo. That's where the Circle of Builders are located, and also the Circle of Growers.
Circle what?
Builders.
Hmm.
And then the Circle of Growers. And then around here, where he is currently located, the Central Basin, you see, so beyond the mud and mushrooms, this is as you're coming in, that spread across the cavern. A large clear pool sits in the midst of the fungal grove. Central Mound seems to be the only dry spot in sight, though a small cliff rises above the cavern floor far across the clearing. You see the cliff behind it. With giant mushrooms visible in the distance. Bioluminescent fungi trace strange constellations along the cavern's ceiling and walls, showing the darkness of the ravine and the mist-shrouded smaller caverns beyond. So this area you currently are at is the Inner Circle, is what it's called. It's a central mound at the base of the colony for the two Myconid sovereigns. Basidia slowly is approaching, and I always say she, Basidia confers with Philo and agrees to navigate with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this more thin version of a Myconid, but still with a large cap on its head. Greets you. "Hello, I am Basidia. How are you?" Philo told me you had
Doing all right.
questions. Very monotone.
I got questions, but I don't think you'll answer them.
Get out of here! He's coming through now!
Come with me, and this cross as well. So he kind of guides you just over here. It's the Circle Hunters, are they?
I'm too old for this shit.
Someone that they would...
I will stay very close to Stool as we walk.
I think so. Well,
Where does hands go?
Okay, yes. So, Sovereign Basidia directs y'all. This is the Circle of Hunters, and this here is La Muba. And you see a short, it's not necessarily a sprout, but it is a full-grown Myconid. He's got an orange cap. He's like almost like what looks like a mustache growing from his face, and he's tall and thin, got a hard body, almost like he's armored. He looks over.
Oh.
"We got new ones, huh? We could use help." Bronix. You scroll it down.
Scroll down more.
Yeah, on the other
There you go.
view. There you go. So that guy next to Navarre is Lamuba. Lamuba. He's the leader of the Circle of Hunters. He's tall and lean. And he explains to you what the hunters are about. We don't kill our prey, as the name suggests, but merely track down creatures that have died near the grove and bring them back for reanimation by the sovereigns, Philo and Basidia, until they are allowed to rot and rejoin the cavern's debris bed. So basically, these corpses that y'all seen, they're meant to be reanimated, used as labor, and then returned to the earth. It's a very common cycle that they've done for hundreds of years.
Is this reanimation process that can or learned?
It is. He's kind of like he's like he doesn't know how to answer the question. He's like, we just do it.
So it's not some form of ritual.
He doesn't shake his head, but you know the body language is very off with these creatures. They don't really emote emotions at all. But he kind of cocks his mushroom cap and says, "No." But he looks over. Sorry, go ahead, Navarre.
I guess it's just a thing they can do. I say that to Alistair.
Pity.
But let's see. He says, lately we have had some of Philo's spore servants near our encampment, and we have directed them away from our area. But if you're looking to be helpful, there are a few unwelcome creatures in the fungal wilds. There is a strange beaked creature that has been very violent, and then it could be used for reanimation and perhaps a useful servant. And then there's another creature that has been exhausting the soil of the grove, and it's just not good for growth. So that also could be very useful.
The fuck is that noise in the background?
Someone being happy. Yeah, Alistair, your background's being picked up.
Sorry.
Well, it is early in the day. I mean, just right after a long rest. I guess we could help out. I mean, we are staying for the festivities after all, right? Gonna party.
But about this time, Basidia kind of like is looking around and seeing if anything is joined in their current melding cycle, and she puts out a fresh sprinkle of spores onto y'all. Softers, it is not safe here. Don't listen to Sovereign Philo. And that is where we're going to end our session.
What? They're just disagreeing now? Oh,
I knew shit was up.
oh no.
What was the clue? The mind fucked zombies?
No.
What's wrong with zombies?
All right. So that is where we're ending this session this week.
Well,
We
shit.
will, of course, be back next weekend. We hope that everyone has a very Merry Christmas. And we will be back from that. No TPKs yet. We are now in the Neverlight Grove. And hopefully, the mysteries that y'all are played with will be solved soon.
Time
everyone
to
have a good night.
burn everything.
I mean, so far it just seems like everyone's dancing and
All right.
merry.
Good night, y'all.
Mm.